happened in 2015 at a clinic in Colorado Springs, and Robert Deere is still too incompetent to stand trial.
Deere is accused of killing 3 people at the location in Colorado Springs. The judge has ordered Deere back to the state mental hospital in Pueblo for further treatment. During early court appearances, he proclaimed himself guilty and even tried to fire his public defender. Deere facing dozens of counts in the case.
That's reporter Chad Hoffman. If you're planning to hit the road for this holiday weekend, expect plenty of company.
In Colorado, we are expecting about 715,000 folks who are going to be driving. So our people plus folks driving through the state means, hey, it's going to be gangbusters out there.
Skylar McKinney with AAA says more than 39 million people nationally will be traveling, fueled by steady gas prices and consumer confidence. This is expected to be the busiest Memorial Day weekend in more than 10 years. Sports, the Rockies play the Cardinals tonight at Coors Field. Next news update in less than 30 minutes. I'm Pat Woodard.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Carter. President Trump is congratulating Congressman-elect Greg Gianforte during his trip abroad. Gianforte, a Republican, beat Democrat Rob Quist in yesterday's special election in Montana, just a day after Gianforte was charged with misdemeanor assault after allegedly slamming a reporter to the ground. While in Sicily today, Trump said, quote, "Great win in Montana." In the speech after his win, Gianforte apologized to the reporter, saying he wasn't proud of what he did. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says the U.S. takes full responsibility for leaks of the British investigation into the Manchester attack.
The president has been very strong in his condemnation and has called for an immediate investigation and prosecution of those who are found to have been responsible for leaking any of this information to the public.
Tillerson making the comments today at a press conference in London with his British counterpart. There are reports the leaks led British authorities to suspend some information sharing with the U.S. for a bit. A White House advisor confirms President Trump called Germany very, very bad. But he told reporters at the G7 summit in Italy Trump was referring to trade practices only, had nothing against the German people. Trump reportedly made the comments to European officials yesterday at the NATO summit in Brussels. Millions of people expected to hit the road this Memorial Day weekend.
Tamara Johnson with AAA says they project more than 39 million people will travel 50 miles or more this weekend. Most, they say, will be driving. It's expected to be the busiest Memorial Day weekend since 2005, with about 1 million more people traveling this year than last. Johnson says they're attributing the spike to an uptick in the economy. She says people have more money in their pockets and are more willing to spend it on a trip. However, that means higher prices on things like gas. The average price for a gallon of gas is up about a dime from last year.
Mark Woolsey reporting. And LeBron James led the Cavaliers to win over the Celtics in their Eastern Conference Series, sending the Cavs to the NBA Finals. Lisa Carter, NBC News Radio.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair has a special you can't miss. Find, fix, or free any problem you have in your car for just $89 plus parts, or free. But you get more than just free. You get a complete diagnostic report, so even if they can't fix it, at least you'll know they've taken out all the unknowns. 303-781-9858, 303-781-9858, and on my referral list at referralist.com. The Stem Cell Institute of America is in Denver, so if you're suffering from osteoarthritis of the knee, low back, neck, shoulders, hips, or other joint pain, stop and listen. These are must-attend stem cell therapy educational seminars, free, with no obligation to you. Find solutions to your pain and information that could change the way you live. With seminars in Denver, the Tech Center, Littleton, Boulder, and other places, including Fort Collins, there's sure to be one near you. You need to attend one of these seminars on regenerative medicine. It could be a life-changing experience. 888-628-1899 to register for one of our upcoming seminars. And for information, visit stemcelltherapyforpain.com. I'm Tom Martino. I had stem cell therapy on my lower back, and it's nothing short of a miracle. Within 1 week, 90% of my pain was gone. And now, I don't even remember the pain. Start living once again. 888-628-1899.
If you know a child who needs speech therapy, the Scottish Rite Foundation of Colorado may be able to help. Our 10 partners, including Children's Hospital Colorado, provide speech therapy or related services in more than 18 Colorado communities. A child needing speech therapy has increased potential when given help. Find out more by visiting ScottishRiteFoundation.org. Sponsored by the Scottish Rite Foundation of Colorado the Colorado Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Nothing is more important than your health. I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we sell the world's finest fitness equipment. Going on now at our tent sale, save up to 40% off. True treadmills, ellipticals, and stationary bikes carry the industry's best warranty, 10 years on all parts, 30 years on motors. And our Tough Stuff strength equipment, 46 years in manufacturing, a lifetime warranty on all parts. 2 convenient locations, north off of I-25 and 58th Ave, 1 block south of the Grizzly Rose, and south at University and C470, or fitnessgallery.com.
Sheridan Auto Tech. Good people. And isn't that what you really want in an auto repair shop? So you get what you need when you need it, and you get it done right. Kevin Calkin, the owner, is honorable and will never sell you anything you don't need. He has thousands of loyal customers, been in business more than 20 years. 303-455-7242. Or visit him in 2 convenient locations. In Lakewood on Colfax just west of Wadsworth, or in Aurora on Havana just south of 6th Avenue. Sheridan Auto Tech.
The Ready to Ride sales event is back. Gear up and get great deals on select 2016 Sea-Doo and Can-Am off-road models. Whether you want to ride the waves or take on trails, Sea-Doo watercraft and Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides are engineered to perform and excite. Stop in today, choose your summertime adventure, and save up to $3,000.
Visit TNT Motorsports in Laramie, just 30 miles from the Snowy Range.
Offer ends soon. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is your neighborhood place for everything Yeti, from coolers to drinkware. And right now, for the first time ever, Yeti is on sale. During the Ace Memorial Day sale, save 25% on Yeti Rambler stainless steel drinkware. It's virtually indestructible and keeps drinks hot or cold for longer. So hurry into your local Ace and save 25% on Yeti stainless steel drinkware. Offer valid for Ace Rewards members only through June 4th. Excludes Duracoat colors and jugs. See participating stores for details.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help! I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Yes, welcome to the show. My name's Mark Major, and as you know, yes, you do know, because you listen every day and you tell your friends every day to listen to the show that Tom Martino started over 38 years ago. What do? We get directly involved. We try to help you. Have any problems you've been ripped off, taken advantage of, just need some advice? This is the show for you. And I'm fired up today. It's car day. We've got great people in studio we'll get to in a minute. But I got to say something. Well, let me give the number out. Let me put on my professional talk show host hat. 303-713-8255. 303-713-8255. Don't forget, live at troubleshooter.com. And don't forget 303-MARTINO. That number works on or off the air, so if you need help and we're not on the air, you can leave a message. If we're in the office, we'll answer, we'll talk to you, we'll try to help you. We'll schedule a time for you to get on the air. We'll do all kinds of things. But 303-713-8255, it's about the only time of day you're going to find lines open. I heard something in the office this morning. Gentlemen, in fact, let me go through here real quick. Al Aramis, 303 Pro Auto. And, of course, 303proauto.com is your website. Mr. Aramis, hello.
Good morning and happy Friday.
Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmissions, with us as well. Jeff, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good morning.
I learned that Jeff will eat vermit right before the show, but we might get into that later.
I don't eat it before the show.
Well, have you ever had vermit for breakfast?
I can't say as I've had vermit for breakfast.
Okay. Andy Barella, Colorado Springs Dodge. Welcome, sir.
Good morning.
Largest Dodge dealership in the state.
We are.
That is correct, isn't it?
That is correct.
These folks have people drive. Let me ask you, Jim's not here. You're the service manager.
Correct.
Jim Janicelli, the GM down there, will he beat any price? If anybody wants a Dodge and they're looking around Denver, they're looking in Pueblo, they're looking Thornton, they're looking in Vail, will he beat any price?
Bring it. He'll do it, without a doubt.
He'll do it.
Absolutely, he'll do it.
He'll do it. That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Do you have the authority to give away a car?
No, I don't.
Just
ask Jim on that. There's another one for Jim.
Okay, I just thought I'd
That sounds like you're fishing there, Mark.
I was fishing.
Yeah.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. I got to get to this. I want everybody's opinion in this room. So, I heard Suzanne talking to her new intern. Suzanne, what is your intern's name? Please, I'm sorry.
Can you at least let her get in here before you mention it? Her
Where
name
is
is
she?
Allie. She's ordering pizza.
She's ordering pizza.
Things got to get done around
This
here.
is how we operate with our interns. You know, Deputy Dan, a Seinfeld lover like myself, created a business. And I kid you not. Are you ready for this? Guess what? It's Cray-Merica. And if you're it literally is Cray-Merica advertising. He does all our digital, and he's an independent contractor. He does his own thing. He had to start a new company for this.
He's a genius.
And it's Cray-Merica. He wants an intern. Can you imagine interning for Deputy Dan?
I deserve one.
Oh, there she is. Now, listen, I'm sorry. Allie? Okay, so I come in this morning. And I'm sitting in my little cubicle over there. And then across the room, I hear Suzanne talking to her new intern. And I hear, hey, it was my first night at work last night. She works at she works at a restaurant. I'm not going to say which one because of the restaurant. But it's a small little family-run restaurant. And she goes, I was crying at work. I started crying. I'm going, how do you cry at a restaurant? So, Allie, I want you to tell the people what happened. Why were you crying at work?
Okay, well, first of all, there was only one server on, and there's like 17 tables to take, okay? And it was my first day, so she was trying to train me, and I just got overwhelmed. And it wasn't that I cried, really, like, just cried. But then I saw my mom, so I think it's my mom's fault, really.
So you saw your mom and started crying?
Yes, because she was like, are you okay? And I was like, no.
And how old are you, Allie?
I'm 20.
Okay, so you are definitely, is this a millennial or is she even younger?
I was just going to gist to that because the mother's fault for the crying was clue to me that she was a millennial.
Everything here is scary. Now, Allie, I like you. Suzanne, which is more important, says you're just killing it back there. You're doing a great job. She has no fear when she calls businesses, and at 20 years old calling up and saying, hey, you scumbag, what are you doing, is not the easiest thing in the world.
That's a nice thing, and I saw her smiling and have a great attitude this morning as I rode up with her in the elevator. I was like, you working for the Martina Group and you're smiling?
It's just absolutely, it's absolutely unbelievable that I would even go this far. Your average 20 to 30-year-old is very likely to cry at work. Do you still live at your parents' in your parents' basement?
No, I have my own apartment down in Pueblo, but then I live with my parents while I'm up here half the week.
Working for the Martino show.
That's halfway there.
That's pretty half, yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm sorry, I'm 50-something, and Tom has made me cry at work, so... Hey, Mark, I cried over a sink last night.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe it's not millennials. Maybe it's women.
Yeah, I cried in the mirror this
Maybe it's, you notice, has any man here cried last night or in the last week? Anybody?
Not recently.
Anybody? Jeff, you look like you're tearing up right now, bud.
I actually see him balling up at this moment.
Some things are a little personal.
Drew, on the other side, are you crying at any time? You're probably crying when you saw Tom wasn't here, but other than that, are you okay?
I cried when the Cubs won the World Series this last year.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
I'll tell you when Drew cried. Drew cried when Trump won the election. Drew was going crazy. I never seen a guy. He was depressed for months. He's still depressed. That's why you don't hear from him
often. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Let's get to the phones. Let's solve some problems. Honestly, I love having a good time, but at the same time, seriously, you've been ripped off, you've been taken advantage of. I want to hear about it. I get very aggressive going after sleazebags, quite frankly. And by the way, speaking of sleazebags, Bentley Bath, I think this woman's going to get another tub. I do. Deputy Dan, real quick, what do you think is going to happen here?
Yeah, she's going to get a tub somewhere.
Or a shower.
Or a shower.
And what we're talking about is Bentley Bath, George Bentley, sold this, let's just say, large woman, extremely large woman, an old woman who can't even lift her foot 2 inches off the ground when she walks with her walker, a tub that she literally, A, can't fit in, and B, couldn't even get her foot up to get into the tub. But I think we're going to get that solved. We'll wait till it's completely done. But we're also going to head out there personally and help her out soon.
Yeah, she's got her ramp and stuff.
We're going to go out there and sand it so her front door can open. I mean, George couldn't have done a better job.
Right. And he did the ramp also, right?
Yeah, it's no good. All right, folks, any car questions you have, 303-713-8255. I think what I want to do is break. We'll come back. We'll hit the phones. But I got to tell you about Century RV. These guys got a great inventory, huge selection, new and used travel trailers, Travel trailers, fifth wheels, Class A's, Class B's, pretty much name it. They got low overhead. It assures you the best pricing out there. Great service, great sales. They've been around since 2001. Give them a call if you're looking for an RV. 303-453-1111, 303-453-1111, or check out their inventory at CenturyRV.com.
Drew also doesn't like Tim Tebow.
Okay.
How can you not like Tim Tebow?
I don't
I
like Tim.
Well,
I have
really
a
making
Tim
you
Tebow
talk.
net.
I don't
I have a
Whatever you
net
say. Oh, you're
folder
saying, go ahead.
with
You
Tebow
do
on
it. You
the
handle
back,
it.
because I'm a huge Tebow fan, and he's like, what a...
Tim Tebow.
I think I'm going to go play for the Yankees.
No, he's playing for the Mets, and he's being moved up. He is knocking him out of the park, and I am not kidding.
I will say this, he's the luckiest guy I've ever seen.
Oh, I think
He's
he has the X
blessed.
factor. He has the X factor.
I never seen such.
Luck is when opportunity and preparation meet. There you go.
I like that.
I like that too. I think he's a motivational guy.
So, because I love good practical jokes, will everybody join in me if I get you one of these when we show up at the market?
I want that 303 auto guy up, not the owner. I want the caller.
I ordered them.
Yeah.
I ordered them. So I got 6 of them coming in 2 weeks on Friday.
Does it come with the hair?
It comes with the hair.
Right on.
It comes with the Rasta hair. We'll all come into Martina's show. Hey, man.
In 2 weeks, yeah. Make it happen.
I'll have it happen. I'll
These are
get it
here,
on
and
to
you
you
can
guys.
wear these.
I just want to see the look on his face. We got to have the film roll.
Bring it
And
up.
you can wear these.
Oh, that'd
I'll
be
have those for you.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
I wear my
Well, we'll
black
have to make
event.
sure he cues up the Rasta music all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Some Shaggy and some...
Absolutely. Bob Marley.
Oh, this is called head candy. Skull
candy.
Skull
Skull
candy.
candy.
They're my son.
Head candy.
He's not
Sure they are.
There you go.
We understand.
That's right.
They didn't come with boots, did they?
No, but they came with a bowl of soup.
Oh, that came with the bong set.
Hey, we live in Denver.
Yeah, my goodness.
When in Rome.
I got them growing them next door. Got a warehouse.
Andy, can you do
next door.
So that smell all
Yeah, they air out the
free AC check?
and then we can do that.
The one on Ralph Evans?
Free. I mean, hook the machine up the whole way.
Used to be a Samsonite plant.
What?
What do you think?
Special, or you want to...
No, just a free air conditioner.
There's nothing you can do to get...
I don't know.
Nothing you can do.
So our
Can do.
dry cleaners, there's one 3 doors down.
I don't know if
and
it's
you
hot
can
enough.
smell it.
It's good, man.
And
I wish it
said,
was.
Hey guys, I'm going to have to stop coming here. My husband travels internationally.
You know, that rain we had, if it was a little colder, I think we would
yeah,
have
if
3.5
the clothes
feet of
start
snow.
smelling and he gets caught by a dog or something, and they said that the bags that they have keep it. And I said, you know, it's actually against the law for them, for the smell to penetrate. They need to build up. And so they looked into it and made them pay to not
really?
have the smell. Because I said it.
Because if they stack it high, right, that's how they can then.
Yeah, but if they're in a strip mall, and so it's the owner of the strip mall's responsibility to make that company stop that smell. Like if it's a sandwich shop, nobody's going to complain. But marijuana,
Some more sandwiches.
yeah, I like it.
Could we line up on the road again, please?
Smoke it, but
I like the smell when
smell.
it's burning. I don't like
Yes.
the smell of it.
I'll tell you when. I might not use it, but have it ready to go. And just so you know, that's Kenny Rogers. Or, I mean the other, the pot-smoking one.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Kenny Rogers.
I was thinking of the gambler.
Kenny Rogers, that's him.
Oh my
No,
God.
Kenny was a drinker.
Yes, he was.
That is
Remember on Saturday Night Live, they used to have a skit that would make, oh no, maybe it was Mad TV. They'd have drunk Kenny Rogers. It was great.
Oh, I never saw it.
Man, and he looks terrible right now. He had plastic surgery.
Kenny did?
Kenny.
Oh, man.
He looks like a different guy.
He looks awful.
He looks terrible.
It really does.
Did you see the SNL skit with what did
I
you
don't
buy us
watch
for
it
Christmas? Alexa,
Oh yeah.
but it's called Alexa Silver.
Oh, I heard about it.
It is
on one of the news stations.
hysterical. You have to watch it. It's like any name that's even close to it, and like they're calling it, calling her Ophelia, and, you know.
She answers to anything.
Anything. And, you know, the people are like,
I forgot your name.
what are those kids doing out there? Well, they're playing. What? They're playing. What? You saying they're playing? Yeah, they're playing. I don't know about that.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. We have one line open. I'll always tell you when one drops off. Let's get right to the phones. Matthew, what's going on with you? Hello? Matthew, yes, how are you, sir?
Good. Well, could be better, but I'm doing okay.
What's going on? I recognize this name. On the road again. It was a shop. Did you call in before?
Yes, like 3 weeks ago.
Give us everybody, give me the skinny so I'm caught up. What's going on?
Okay, well, I took my truck in for an oil change, for a synthetic oil change, like 3 months ago. Then it sat for a couple of months. Then I went to drive it to work one day. Then it started making a noise.
Well, wait a second. I'm sorry. It sat where for 3 months?
In front of my house. Well, it's been at the shop for a month and a half.
Whoa. 3 months ago, you just go there for an oil change. That's it, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then you pay for the oil change and take the car.
Yes, and then take it home and didn't drive it for a couple months because I drove my car. Then I went to drive my truck.
Okay.
Then it started getting in that noise, and I pulled over because it was making engine noise. Checked the oil. There was no oil on the dipstick whatsoever. So I called the shop. They came and They came out to where I was in Parker and put 3 quarts of oil in it. Still needed more oil, but he said, "Go ahead and start it." It was making horrible noise. He's like, "Shut it down. We'll have to take a look at the shop."
What kind of car is this? What kind of car, Matthew?
It's a 2003 Dodge Ram 1500.
And how many miles were on it?
150.
That's a lot of miles. So you had 150,000 miles, 03. You bring it there, but here's the weird part. You're saying you didn't drive it at all for 3 months.
Yeah, well, 2 months.
Did it make any noise on the way home?
No, I only lived like 2 minutes from the shop, and it didn't make any noise then.
Where did you park it?
In my driveway.
And did you see oil in your driveway?
No, it doesn't leak at all. Everything has been redone on this truck. I use the truck for a show truck.
So if I went over and looked at your driveway, there's no oil on the driveway?
Yep, and I've got pictures of the bottom of the truck, no dipstick, and the engine was dusty, so you can tell it hasn't been wiped down or anything.
How would he have got it back to his house with no oil in it?
Well, it'd be pretty hard. I mean, guys, he says it's only 2 miles. I mean, it could have been pretty short. Let me ask one more question before I ask these guys. After you picked it back up, it sits there for 3 months, then you drive it. How long until you started having issues or hearing noises or whatever?
It was since the oil change, it was like 88 miles, and then I go on the highway, it started making horrible noise, so then I pulled off in Parker.
How about your oil light?
The oil light didn't blink or nothing.
You know, we hear this all the time, guys. Help me out here. How do all these cars that run out of oil, they all have one thing in common. The oil light doesn't work. I find that incredible. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a car where the oil light doesn't work, unless if it's like from the 70s. Guys, does this happen more than I know?
The oil pressure light is going to come on when the vehicle is completely starved of oil. It will actually run it down.
But he's saying it never came on. It just started making noise.
Right, because they added 3 quarts. That's not the full capacity of that vehicle for oil. That thing holds probably 5 quarts of oil.
So if you're that low on oil...
He's low, yeah.
Okay. Jeff, what do you think? Same thing?
No, exactly. Until it reads an actual pressure problem, no, the light's not going to come on. Now, that truck should also... Does it have a gauge for the oil pressure on that?
Yes.
So you should have been able to watch that on the gauge, too. You would have noticed low oil pressure at the time when it started making noise, when it started ticking or knocking.
Okay, so what happened after that? So they came and got the vehicle? You drove it back to them? What?
I had it towed back to them. Then after that, they were like, "Oh, the problem was a camshaft and crankshaft position sensor." Then they replaced those.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make any kind of noise he was describing, right, guys?
Shouldn't.
So, okay, so they sold you those parts?
Well, that's what they put in there, and they said that was... Then they tried to start it after that, and apparently they said now that they weren't getting a spark, so then they said maybe it was a bad PCM.
Okay. So where's it sit right now? What's it need?
I have no idea. I asked them to give me an estimate of what it needs to fix it or whatever, and that was 2 weeks ago. I called twice, and I still haven't got an answer.
All right, hold on. I've got the owner of On the Road Again. His name is George. I'm going to put Matthew on hold. Let's talk to George first. George, you heard what Matthew has to say. What say you?
Yeah, I'm here. All that. Thanks for having me on your show, guys.
Of course, George. What's going on?
Yeah, he brought the truck towed the truck on April the 22nd. We have all the records on that truck here. He stated one time that he's using that truck for work, so that's his working truck.
Yeah.
And just to give you a little bit of
what
history
mileage?
here,
Well, I mean, the mileage part will be simple if that's where you're going. What mileage did it have on it when you did the oil change, and what did it have on it now that it's back in your shop?
yeah, it's not many miles.
Okay.
A couple of thousand miles. But he used to do regular oil
Wait a
changes.
second. Wait, Mark, listen. I'm sorry. George, hold on a second. You just said a big thing, though. He told me he put, like, I think I wrote down 88 miles. Are you saying there's been thousands put on it, or no?
It looks like it's been, well, let me check my records.
Yeah, that's that's a huge difference.
But then,
Yeah.
George, when was his last oil change?
That was on December the 8th.
So it wasn't 3 months ago.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait.
no.
Oh, my God.
No,
Hold
when-
on a second.
when-
You guys are killing me. When did he come in for the first oil change that he's saying was a problem? December or April 22nd?
December the 8th, and he towed the truck to the shop.
He towed it?
April the 22nd, yeah.
Okay, so on December 8th, he had the oil change done.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I've got to work through this in the right way. So, Matthew, you said 2 or 3 months. It was December 8th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You were just off by... Yeah, that's fine.
I've got pictures of the mileage. It was 88
It
miles.
was fine. You were just off by double. Okay, so keep going, George.
Yeah, now the previous oil change was on January 2016, so it's been 11 months.
You mean
he
the
had
oil...
an oil change in January of 2016, and
I
then
don't care
another
about that.
one in December.
All that's going to mean is the guy doesn't maintain the vehicle great. So anyhow,
Correct.
George, here's what I want to know. Did you guys go out 88 miles after this oil change, forget about the time frame, and have to put 3 quarts of oil in it?
Well, let me just do this. I need to look at the mileage on the truck here, because I don't have the mileage that the truck has right now. But I can tell you that when he called us, he said that the truck was low on oil, and he said it's been 2 weeks since you did the oil change, and my truck has no oil. Since it's not far from here, I sent one of the texts to check what was going on, because he mentioned 2 weeks.
And what'd they find out?
Well, they found out that the truck was very low on oil. Not only that, the oil was very thick and dark. So it's like when you run a truck for and when you...
I understand. You're saying it was just all sledged up, but you guys didn't say anything to him when you did that last oil change, did you?
Well, we did, yeah, definitely.
Okay, here's all I really want to know at this point. Guys, I want you to know, am I missing something? But the difference between this being an 88 miles and a 2,000-mile difference is huge. This could be the entire thing.
It's massive.
So, okay,
Absolutely.
listen. Please, George.
No,
I don't...
And,
go.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, go ahead. Tell me something.
We got a truck here, and we started checking what was going on. First thing you do is check the oil, of course, and that was thick and black. Next, we cranked the engine. We didn't get any response.
Yeah.
The computer was telling us that it was the cam sensor not sending signal.
Well, okay,
So
that's fine.
We took the cam sensor out, and you can see the timing chain. This engine has 3 timing chains, and one of them is a secondary change that senses the cam sensor, and you can see that through the engine.
So it's slapping or what? You saying that's what's making the noise?
Well, it was not spinning at all. I mean, one of the secondary chains, timing chains, is not spinning.
It's not spinning.
Not moving at all.
Yeah, it's wore out. The chain's broken, basically. It's not.
So he needs
the position sensor.
Well, is it like George, hold on a second. Al, is it like a timing belt? If that chain's not spinning, you could have top-end damage?
That's all your ignition, it basically, is what it's doing. It's timing. Is that the crank sensor?
I guess what I'm saying is it an interference engine?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's not the crankshaft. It's just a cam sensor. Yeah.
Right. Is that a 5.7?
It's a 4.7.
It's a 4.7? Okay.
Okay, so
No, you know
I'm
that,
still back to the same thing. To me, the difference is this, so 88 miles compared to 2,000. If it lost 3 quarts of oil over 2,000 miles, I don't think these guys, most likely, I don't think they did anything wrong.
Right.
But if it was 88 miles and they had to add 3 quarts and the guy says he didn't drive it, whether he did or not, I don't even matter. But if it's sitting in his driveway and there's no oil anywhere, they probably left the oil out.
We need the mileage. We need the mileage of when the oil change was done and when
George,
the 3 quarts were added.
When can you have that, George?
Yeah, I can go and
Okay, hold on a second.
Let me just finish this. Cause
go ahead, finish it. Finish it. Go ahead. What's more important?
Yeah, he mentioned that he called us and we haven't talked to him. He was here at the shop, and I explained him what was going on with the timing chain.
Yeah.
And I explained also that on these engines, it's less expensive to replace the engine because it says an overhead cam.
Yes.
And valves can be bent, pistons can be damaged, and it's better to replace.
So it is an interference engine.
Well, it's just the issue with it. It's just tons of wear, and now you're doing repairs.
Okay.
And you're putting new on old.
George, hold on there. Hold on a second, guys. Is there any way? And George, please hold on. I'm going to tell him. George, please go get that mileage. I really need to do that. Hold on. So, is there any way that lack of oil would cause that to break?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still back to the same thing. Did the guy leave oil out, or is it all wear and tear? What are gut feelings right now?
It's all about miles, though. If that truck has 2,000 miles since he changed the oil, more than likely it burned oil.
Yeah.
Right? And if it has 88, that's different. So the miles are
the condition of the oil indicates that there's more miles on it.
I don't like that the caller skewed the dates on the oil change.
You mean you think that's a big part of this?
I do. When
you
he
think
says
he's
he
trying
took
to pull
it in
something?
a couple of months ago for an oil change, and it's been 5
Well,
months,
let's
Mark.
see.
I have a problem with
Let's see
that.
if he skewed the mileage from 88 to 2,000. Let's see who's right there. By the way, Genesis Total Exteriors and Home Improvements, these guys are great. Mark Szymanski, they do everything. Siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks. They'll do everything inside, too. Full remodels. They can actually do a pop-top. They can add a garage next to your house, kitchens, baths, basements. You get the idea. These guys are the real deal. They also have the best solar windows you've ever seen. Imagine that. Windows that actually create power and lower your electric bill. You got to give them a call. You need anything inside or outside your house. 303-679-8509, 303-679-8509, or check them out on our referral list at referralist.com.
Okay, your anchovy jalapenos on its way.
Right on.
What in the world?
No, he likes all vegetables.
With pineapple.
With pineapple, you got it.
And chicken.
Anchovy pineapple.
Suzanne, do me a favor and free up some of those lines, though. I don't even have calls coming in because we have 2 business owners on.
Well, as soon as you don't want to finish the call?
Yeah, I definitely want to finish it. Well, George, I don't know.
He's the only one taking up the line. The other one, you wanted Mark from 303 on, so I got him up for you, and then we have another, and I'm a little lost.
I've never seen you call business people
I
on
have
lines
before
1 through 4.
But I can call him back on a back line if
Thank
you
you.
want.
And
And then what? Do you want me to let Richie go, or do you want
Thanks
to...
for the anchovies.
Richie's fine, but let George, see how long it's going to take George to get that
He was going to do it
mileage.
on the break.
Okay. So
I love him on...
So we go to Italy. I'm in Naples. They're telling me how great the pizza, and here's where birthplace of pizza. So over there, my kids go up there, and they're like, yeah, we'll take a pepperoni and cheese pizza. I'm like, pepperoni? That's not Italian. My kids' face was just like, we thought that was Italian. And they go, that's not Italian. So we got sopressata, or you can put this or the other.
Sopressata.
So I ordered, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I ordered this pie, and it had like 4 mixing. I said, okay, Chris, let's try that. They put olives with the seed, the pit, on top of the pizza.
Oh, my God.
I said, yes.
Somebody's going to break it, too.
Yes. And I said, you guys serve this like this? I hate them because I like olives, but I'm like, what the heck? I mean, it was
just whole olive. They weren't even cut or anything. Just whole olives.
So with the pit. So we go in and they go, well, how big are the pies? What size do we order? They go, we make 1 pie. It's a personal pie. I said, okay. So we get a pie. The personal pie is this big. We ordered 7 pies. There was no room. There was no room on our table for our drinks. There was no room. We ordered 7 pies. We're like, lady, who ordered 7 pies? Why didn't you tell us? She was like,
It was breakfast. They have breakfast pies.
How big were they? Honest to God, they were this big.
That's a personal pie.
It was huge. It was huge. I was like, oh my God, my kids look at me, Dad, we're not going to be able to finish that. Be at best. Yes, you are.
You're not eating for the next 3 days.
But the look on their face, the look on the pepperoni was fantastic. Then they get another moment. We're going to go lunch, and they ask this lady, and you go, what do you guys want to eat? We love to eat some Italian food. Can we get chicken parmesan? And they go, what's that? You know, breaded chicken with cheese. We don't put cheese on meat. I died. The look on their faces, they were like,
no cheese on me. We do. We don't put cheese, and they say with that accent, we don't put cheese on a meat. You don't do that. You put cheese on your pizza or on a sandwich.
All right.
I was like, okay, I got this. The olives were crazy. I've never had a pizza with olives. With pizza.
With pizza?
I've never heard it.
Seriously?
I swear. I gotta look at my phone. I might have taken a picture of it because it was so over the top.
But no, they don't put meat on there, huh? Or
They do supersada and they put ham.
I love
Everything's ham.
supersada. Is my
What
favorite.
was the ham? The ham is like all greasy slices of ham on everything, and I'm like, don't you think I'm gonna die from this?
I'm going to do the iHeart app real quick, just fire it off.
Or FlexAgainstColorado.com.
They don't eat healthy, that's for sure.
But they're supposed to be that Mediterranean diet. It's supposed to be good for you.
It depends if you're northern or southern Italy, too.
Okay.
The coffee and the pastries are over the top.
But when you go
we
into
drink
a
so much
coffee house,
Yes.
you have to be a bitch. You have to push your way to the front.
Yes, you do.
And if you don't,
Yes, I got pushed out of
they
the way.
little kids will just push you right out of the way and go right up to
An
the
old
line.
lady pushed me
Stupid
out.
Americans.
They
I
are.
was looking at the stinking menu. That was my...
Because we were like, oh, there's a line. No,
Butted
you
me
have
out
to
of the
step
way.
up and
She
say.
butted me out of the way.
And then my girlfriend walks up to her, she sees somebody across the street, she walks up to her and she's like, Bede, and they're like yelling at each other, their hands are flailing and stuff. She comes back and I go, because she lives in Florence, and I said, oh my God, Ellie, what happened? Are you guys in a fight? And she goes, no, we were just planning lunch.
Looks like they're slapping each other.
Yeah, they're like, Nancy, what do you want? The other one's like,
Very
hey.
demonstrative. Very
demonstrative.
It's so funny.
It's, yeah.
And I speak Spanish. I can make out half of the Italian just about. I was winging it.
They live in like a $2 million home right outside the wall of Florence.
Really, the wall is fantastic.
Yes, and the wall is right there.
You know what they told me about the wall? The wall was built to keep the barbarians out.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was great. Would that be the Germans or is that the French?
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. I can tell Drew's not running the board today because the music's good. How about that? No offense, Drew. You in there, you got people you're training, don't you? You train two at once? What are you, special? Two at once. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Just that good, Mark.
I got to say, he is very good. He's now the official trainer of the iHeart. Speaking of iHeart, you guys use the iHeart app? Any of you in here? It is the coolest.
Absolutely do.
You know, you can drive from like here to California and listen to the same damn station or your own station.
I have.
You don't have to change the freaking radio.
Yeah.
When you're going through the mountains, you still get it. It's an incredible.
I tune in just to hear you.
Well, thank you, Al.
I mean, yeah. And
thank you. Do you get on our Facebook just to watch me?
I have done that, actually.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
That's wonderful.
I screenshot it, too.
I love that. I do love this iHeart app, though. The more I think about it, the more I use it. I have satellite radio, too, but I'm starting to go, why would I pay for satellite radio when I have almost every station in the world?
And they got sports station. Yep. You can listen to Chicago sports, New York sports, Howard Stern. Oh, my goodness. And
please. Oh. Drew, would you just
you have anything
fix her?
to throw?
All right, folks. 303-713-8255. George, did you get that mileage, sir? George. He's not there, Suzanne. Just tell me when he's back. See if he got the mileage. I'll come back. Meanwhile, hey, Matthew, just you hang tight, okay?
I found the mileage. I found the receipt for it.
What is the mileage?
So it actually, from the sticker that I took a picture of, actually was different than the mileage that they have on the receipt. So the receipt mileage says 156, so there's actually 2,000 from the receipt. But the sticker, it showed the 88 miles difference from the sticker.
Well, okay, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, now we're getting into which one's correct.
We need the exact mileage on the vehicle.
Hold on a second.
Close, the mileage.
Hold on. Hey, George, here's the deal. He's saying the receipts are going to show about 2,000, like you said, but the sticker you guys put in the window says 88. So which is it? Okay, I guess George is just not wanting to come to the party anymore. I'll just let him go again. In fact, while she's lining that up, Richie, what's going on
Mark.
with... Okay,
I don't
Richie,
know what's
hold on.
going on.
Okay, George, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so what is the mileage, sir?
Okay, let me tell you that the mileage on December the 8th, when we did the oil change, was 156,335. And as you check the odometer on the truck, it is 158,408.
Okay, well, I mean, he's saying the sticker says 88 miles.
Well, the sticker is a Sharpie note. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, fair enough. I got an oil change at some place not long ago, and I got to tell you, I couldn't read what the hell they wrote on there. Do you guys use the ones that print, or do you guys handwrite on those little oil change stickers?
Handwrite with the sticker.
Yeah, I know you do.
We got one of those printers, and we had all kinds of problems. The guys write them. It's so easy.
What do you guys make of this? What do you do? The sticker says 88, apparently.
Is the sticker the previous mileage, or does it say next oil change due at?
Yeah, what does the sticker say, Matthew?
Next due at 161,330.
Well, my God, that makes even less sense.
Somebody fat-fingered or...
Matthew, here's what I really need to know, man. Was it only 88 miles? Are you saying you never drove this vehicle?
Well, I rebuilt my car. I've been driving my car mostly, so I drove it very little.
Well, did you put 2,000 miles on it or not, man?
I don't know for sure.
Okay, well,
see, I don't like this.
Here's the problem I'm having, Matthew. You told me 88 miles in the very beginning of this conversation. Now you don't know. Why is it changing? You also told me 3 months, and it turns out to be 6 months. Why? I just need to know.
They've had the truck for almost 2 months now. I wasn't counting the time that they've had it.
Oh, man. Okay. What are you thinking they owe you then? Are you saying they basically ruined your engine?
That's what I didn't know for sure. That's why I was trying to get answers, because nobody...
Well, guys, what do you think? How would you decide whether or not this thing was starved of oil, or if over a long period of time, because he didn't do proper maintenance, that it just got all sludged up? I mean, what do you do at this point?
Even if the fluid was low, that doesn't explain the condition of the oil that they say that's thick and black and everything else. That tells me there's plenty of miles on this thing. And you have to do your own due diligence and maintain fluid levels. The company can't call you daily, find out if you have leaks. Have you checked your fluid?
Yeah,
what are your gauges?
There's too much time here. It's 6 months later. I mean, it's 6 months later.
Right.
Yeah. And too many miles. That's too many miles.
George,
2,000 miles?
Tons.
George, I don't know what to say at this point. You're just going to have to deal with Matthew and figure out, what you guys are going to do. I mean, is it even worth repairing at this point, or what?
Yeah, again, we gave them the option to replace the engine, because doing the timing change, if we don't know the condition of the valves or distance, that'll be so risky and probably more expensive than just swap the engine.
You guys agree with that?
I agree with George.
Yeah.
I agree with George.
He's going to end up buying this if he does it any other way. He's going to own this thing. In fact, I think he's going to own it anyhow, even if he puts an engine in it.
That's right. And the truth be known, you got to really look at it. You're sentimentally connected to this car. You probably don't want to do a remanufactured mode. It's an old vehicle. Maybe you go and foot the bill and go for a used, that's depending on your budget. I don't always recommend it, but there are some outfits that will actually put a warranty on a good used low-mile motor.
All right. Listen, George, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming on. Anytime an owner comes on, it's usually a good thing, don't you guys?
I think it's really good, and George, yeah, absolutely.
You explain yourself pretty well. Matthew, I probably wouldn't do anything with it at this point. If you want to put a used engine in it, I'd put a used engine in it, but that's it, man. I can't, nor can anybody in this room, come up with a reason to blame this shop again on the road. In fact, the guy came on. So, Matthew, I hope you have a good one, all right, man?
All right, thank you for the help. Yeah, because if I found the receipt and looked at the mileage sooner, I would have been like 2,000 miles. It's a little different than what the sticker.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree 100%. Thank you, sir. I want to ask you guys an opinion. I somewhat called him out, but do you think he was BSing, as they say, right off the bat with this 88 miles, or do you think he actually looked at the sticker? I mean, we'll never know for sure.
You'll never know for
sure. Suzanne's bells were going off that the guy was trying to okey doke.
What happens to many often too is that when people use a car and the car consumes oil, the immediate thing is, did they change my oil? Did they put it at the right level? There is some responsibility that I know everybody neglects. When you go to a gas station, that's about the extent of the service you do on your own car. When you do that, maybe pop the hood and check your oil level. Check your wash fluid, check things, you know, it really does make a difference. Don't just count that somebody did it perfect.
And because he's low on oil, you guys made a great point. Just because he's low on oil, that's one thing, but the condition, if it's really that sludgy, there's been a problem going on for a long time.
Yeah, and you have so many listeners that are listening. I got to tell you, cars going forward, oil is so critical.
Yeah.
The variable cam timing, the phasers, the controls, you name whatever name you want to give the gadget, are so dependent on clean oil at the proper level. You will cause catastrophic failure. Don't go for cheap, go for good.
All right, folks, listen. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to Richie. Mark, 303 Motorsports. We're going to talk to that caller again. I thought I had this thing figured out in December. Then I thought we had it figured out when, Dan? I mean, 2 weeks ago.
It was
and now it's back up. So I got to tell you, this is like herpes coming up.
How do you not know the difference between 88 miles and 2,000 miles? I never drive a truck. It's 88 miles.
If he drives to work twice, he drives to Rastafari. I don't remember, man. Hang on a minute.
What if you did something where, so instead of relying on writing it down just to cover yourself, because of technology, you take a picture and then it prints it out, that's a sticker, and you stick that on. So it's like a picture of their, odometer, thank you.
We're doing that now in all electronic inspections. We've gone to that. We shoot snapshots of engine bays.
Yeah, because with technology,
we have a library.
you can cover yourself.
That's smart.
You gotta be
It is smart. And you can put all
We deal with so much junk like that. Where engine covers. You get engine covers? You guys lost my engine cover.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Your engine cover wasn't on there. And they want you to buy a $300 engine cover. That's what some of those on the Benzes and stuff.
Yeah.
Holy mother of God. $300.
What do they think you do with it?
Everybody
You took them off. No, you took them off to do.
Oh, you forgot to put it back on. But then you would have it there at the shop.
It would be sitting next to your bed. And they come in, we've had...
Unless you guys are in
They take a little bit of space.
big aftermarket engine cover business.
It's crazy, isn't it, though? And it's,
How many times have you had a customer come in with a complaint on something you worked on? You guys just did this, you know, it's under warranty, you did it like 8 months ago, and you click it up, and it's like 4 years back.
Come back with on the road again, please.
You own it. You own it. You worked on it. You own it. I just heard somebody that went to a Toyota dealership and their flash card was loose on one end. They removed it and they told him you don't need those, and he threw it out. And I called him, "What'd you buy?" He goes, "Oh, they said you don't need it, but they threw it out." I'm like, the whole shield. It was a RAV4. It was huge, 240.
They probably sell it to somebody else.
I'm like going, "Are you serious?"
Well, those things come in all tore up.
The parking curb, the parking curb rips them off. And usually pops all the clips.
Well, you have to deal with scraped rims occasionally, don't you?
All the time.
Your guys forget to take the right duck head off sometimes?
Oh, on the machine you mean?
Yeah.
No, they do pretty good on that, but the biggest problem we get is those tight profile where you just have to butter it up like a turkey, man. It's just, those guys are struggling. They'll have 2 guys working on those. You got one guy this way, one guy this way, one guy this way underneath. They'll put 3 guys on some of those custom rims.
That's like 35.
And we have a freaking moving machine. I'm like, I thought this machine could do everything. No, I can't do everything.
We had this thing called a cheetah for a big truck tires.
We have cheetahs now. You gotta have cheaters now. You gotta have that now for the trucks because many when they store the rims, the tires go like this, and you got a rim this big. There's no way you're gonna get it.
I bet you don't have one of these. I had one store. I hadn't had it for years. I mean, this was well before I even got out. We had a cage for split rims.
Yeah.
They'd have to get in there and reach through like this.
I worked with split rims.
Dude, split rims are dangerous. We never were. It just had been sitting there for years.
I know a guy that got hit by one.
Did he live?
Yeah, he lived. It hit him in his chest. Put him in the hospital.
He's lucky he lived.
He's lucky he lived.
Or didn't lose a limb.
They'll kill you.
Yeah, I knew a guy that lost an arm on one.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Yeah, because even if you're in the cage, let me tell
There's
you,
no
your arms
guarantee.
are.
Well, when we did them, we'd have in the cage, and we'd lower the lift down on top of the cage on top of that.
Because they'll lift up.
Oh, yeah.
They
pull that cage apart.
It's
Oh,
dangerous, man.
called Will Makers for a reason.
Oh, they stopped making them there. Those are wild. You know what's funny? I got a guy years ago that took the tire cleaner, you know, the liquid tire cleaner for patches. Oh, yeah. Like, boom, he singed his hair. You put the fluid and you light it, and it explodes, and it fills the tire.
Which is handy if
The
you're
worst,
out of
the worst workman's comp claim I
He
ever
lost
had.
his eyebrows.
He singed himself.
This guy lowered, his name was Larry, in fact he recently died. He turned out to be a great friend of mine, but this changed his life. So he worked for my dad at the Crestline in '92. He brings a lift down and it lands on his foot, which didn't do anything to his foot, but it freaked him out. So he tried to lift the car up, and he threw his freaking back out. And it was a real deal. I mean, his like adrenaline went off for whatever reason, and he literally threw his own back out.
Did he lift the car up?
Someone else came over and lifted up. The funny part was his foot was okay. I mean, it was black and blue, but.
So you're so strong.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
I love this.
The life I love is making music with my friends. And
I can't wait to get on the road again. You guys didn't know I could sing, did you?
That's Willie.
You should hear me sing in the hot tub, although I don't want you guys in my hot tub.
No, you shouldn't.
I thought that was an invitation.
Can you imagine this crew sitting in my hot tub? No.
You have the dump
not
button ready
happening.
for all the singing.
That would be a nightmare.
So you know.
What'd you say, sir?
I have the dump button ready so nobody else has to hear all the singing.
Hey! Okay, now, if no one caught out there, I'm a professional, and the last company name was what? On the Road Again. So I told Drew to play On the Road Again. You guys getting this, you guys? So if Tom's out and I'm out, you guys can come in. You got to understand some of this. You get it? All right, folks, 303-713-8255. By the way, real quick, all about bathrooms. I love these guys. They serve Cherry Hills and South. You want the most beautiful bathroom in the world. They do everything. I'm talking the fixtures, the flooring, the cabinetry. These guys are high-end bathroom remodelers, some of the best out there, and I mean some of the best. You have got to check them out. Just get a bid. If you've got a nice, beautiful home and you want to redo the bathroom, you're not going to go wrong. 720-524-7546, 720-524-7546. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Let's jump to Bill. Bill, what's going on with you? And Mark with 303. I promise you're next. Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know if it's true if silver-colored cars fade faster and easier than other colors.
I'm staring at you guys because I have no clue.
Do silver cars fade more than other cars? Is that what I heard?
I would think black would fade the most.
You're right.
No. I don't think so. A lot of the paint stuff, and I'd love for you to weigh on this because you get to do stuff. So much of it is what you do to protect your paint, number one.
True. And how old it is. But the newer stuff is by far better with the new clear coat finishes. It's actually a triple clear coat type finish. The new stuff is far better.
Polish the car? Or wax the car?
What?
Should you always wax it or polish it to keep it...
Should you wax it and polish it?
Oh, absolutely. I do my cars every year. You got this stuff called mag chloride. It's brutal on finishes.
Let me ask you something. The top of your head is kind of dark, and then the sides are silver. What fades quicker?
Well, I actually put that in, that silver. I'm going for the look of more distinguished.
You went the opposite.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I'd be solid color.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks. 303-713-8255. Let's see here. Hail damage. Bill, what's going on?
Hey, since all these dealers got the hail damage, do they have to declare that even if they fix it?
That's a very interesting question. We have brought that up, and I do believe... Man, this is a weird one. I think if it's just a little bit, they didn't have to. But if it's over a dollar amount, they do. I don't know the answer. I think Purifoy's coming in shortly.
I live where we got killed with the hail. There is no little bit.
Yeah, that's true. If there's a lot, I think they definitely have to See, it's kind of weird. If they don't put in an insurance claim, Andy, go ahead.
Is it new or used?
New.
New car.
He's talking new.
New car should have a disclosure. Yes.
Okay, but if there's a little bit of damage, we've been down this. We had a guy who purchased a pickup, and he found out that there was a little kind of door ding that got repaired, and they didn't disclose it, and we looked into it. They didn't have to disclose it. But a full hail damage, I would agree with you.
You do. And Mark, it's getting so touchy that even the littler stuff, almost anything, you have to.
Okay, well, I like that.
Correct. I do too, and it is the case. We're really careful with it. We track it carefully, but yeah, we disclose them if there's anything there. And the law is yes, getting touchier every day. You're supposed to disclose it.
Bill, you call all the time. When are you going to get your ass in here as a common man? Honestly.
You guys are too far away.
Where do you live?
Basically by Coors.
What? Oh my God!
What? You can almost take light rail here.
Almost by Coors.
Yeah, but do you know how much traffic there is?
I know, and they don't
not when you leave at 9 and there's no traffic.
Yeah, and they don't have a beer factory here. I mean,
and I get there for the closing bell. Right?
Oh, just get him down here. My God, that is the worst excuse. I thought he was going to say he was like in Montana. I don't even understand that. Now, Bill, I just lost some respect for you. Just kidding. That guy's got a lot of information. Please clear up one for me, 303-713-8255. By the way, I would never, Andy, you work at a dealership, so you might differ. I would never buy a hail-damaged car. Even if they take $7,000 off of it, the reality is it's going to cost $7,000 to fix. To me, there's no difference. Go ahead.
It depends. It depends who you are and what you're looking for, because if you buy a new car that's either been repaired or needs repaired, and you're looking to buy a new vehicle, and you get the discount of it, Mark, it could be a great deal.
Well, okay, but you're driving around in a car that looks like someone hit it with a hammer.
Personal preference. Do you know how many people don't care?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know. A brand new car, regardless, even if you're getting $7,000 off, you're still spending $20-30 on something that looks like it went through a hailstorm, because it did.
I couldn't agree more.
And the issue is, on some hail, they can't do paintless dent repair. They're truly doing body work. The Bondo shrinks, and you'll see it in time.
You know, I beat this next caller up a little on the last time we talked. Mark had an issue with 303 Motorsports, and I somewhat know, Mark, what's going on now.
Hey, Mark, can I say something?
Yeah, every time you come on, you want to say something. Yes.
You guys just did an ad for people that restore bathrooms, and they did one for us in Cherry Hills Village, and it did a gorgeous job.
Oh, All About Bathrooms came out for you?
Yeah, it was a few months ago, but they absolutely gorgeous.
Listen, we've had a lot of bathroom companies on, and I got to tell you, these guys, their work is meticulous. It is absolutely, you know, a lot of people, God, you got me off on something, Mark. Hold on, now I'm going to have to take you after the break. But these guys, have you ever looked at a tile job, guys, and when it's in your own house, let's say it's your shower, there might be one little grout line that's a little thinner, one a little thicker, one tile, just something that no one in their right mind would ever notice. But because you have to sit there and stare at it, you see it. They don't do that. All About Bathrooms, if you want the perfection, that's where they come in. Now I got to give their number out again, 720-524-7546. Of course, they're on the referral list.
It's called mastering your job, baby. Knowing how to do it.
It's like he was talking about hail. We're going to come back to 303 Motorsports. Just how the tides turn on problems is mind-blowing to me. The longer I do this, the more I realize just how nutty stuff can be. All right, folks, I know we're going to a break soon. We've got a lot coming up. We're going to talk 303 Motorsports. Richie, I promise I'll get to you. $81,000 health bill. We barely touched on it yesterday, and then we got a Jeep Liberty Rolly Purifoy hopefully in the house soon. I'm Mark Major, and as you know, save all your problems for us.
He's been around lately, huh?
Kathy Wiley called.
Now that you got a room, we got room.
She said the lien is still going out this year. I can go.
Let's do it. What I told
She said the lien guy said that the subcontractor is suing Pro Team or whoever.
Or not. Why does that sound so familiar?
That's the one for $30,000.
Yeah. So I didn't know if you wanted to get her on or what.
No, I think we should get her on at least. If we get her on, we're going to go
my
down.
biggest problem with this is that lien probably isn't valid. We should ask the lien guy.
No, it's very well depending on what the contract.
Let me just talk to her and I'll figure out if it's valid. I have no idea. But all I know about it is you guys talking about it
Right.
this morning.
So the thing about the guy from Pro Team won't ever return calls. We'll never get him on radio. We're going to have to go down there.
We can shake his bell.
This would be a great video to go down there.
Did Rolly say he was coming in?
He said, it sounds like you got a full
Where do you want
house.
me to put him? Do you want me to put him in that seat or where? Yeah, I'll okay.
If you show.
What we'll do is just quietly walk him in and, okay, Dan, I'll get her on the horn for you.
Thank you.
Do you have the contract?
No, I don't.
Should I print it out?
Wait, I do. I got it downstairs. It's in
I
the
found it.
folder. I got a folder right by my desk. You want to send Allie down, or I can.
That's one pie?
That's one pie.
What is that in the middle, crust?
They put crust in divided.
Really?
Yeah.
So they gave you 7 of those?
Do you have 7 of that one, like that? That big?
7 different ones, that big. There was no room on the table for our drinks.
Look. So they'll section up 4 different kinds, 4 different toppings.
This was one, they did a 4, and they do an 8. They do an 8 separated with, and they pile all this meat on it. Look at this.
Hey, I want all that landscaper's info put up too. I gotta hit that little
It's just like they
scum.
roll them on there and stuff like that.
I've never, look at the size of that thing.
I know it's size of.
This landscaper goes out. It takes 16,000. The job is arguably halfway done. He did deliver a lot of material, but the backyard has basically, the old side's been dug up. The rocks, the boulders are just, they're not placed, but they're there. Maybe 2/3, but he gets mad because the lady wanted him to pick weeds or something. It's just the most ridiculous thing. So now he just refuses to go back and finish the job.
We'll get you
Yeah, they were 16 grand.
As they started bringing them.
Landscapers are tough.
You know what I'd really like? In fact, Dan, go in there and get on line 5 or 6. I want the caller from that landscaper up.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking
I
about?
don't. Which one?
The landscaper that took the 16 grand,
Oh, the lion.
Ryan.
Right.
I want the caller up.
If we can get them and stuff, but you're right.
See if you can get it, because I want to recap that.
Okay.
People are thinking of
When an
landscaping
investigator
right now. We
knocked
really
on a
gotta
door,
talk
a
about
man
it.
said,
Okay.
"I guess you're here for the opium." No big surprise, he was arrested. The Penguins and the Predators will skate in this year's Stanley Cup final, which begins on Monday. Pittsburgh advancing last night with a double overtime win over the Senators. You're listening to the latest from NBC News Radio.
This report is brought to you by Mattress Firm.
Mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms later today, a high of 71. Tonight, mostly cloudy and a low of 47. Tomorrow, another chance of thunderstorms and a high of 61. Sunday, mostly sunny and a high near 70.
Hurry into Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale. Get savings of up to $1,000 store-wide on Beauty Rest, Serta, and more. And with queen sets starting at $179.99, there's something for everyone. Plus, get interest-free financing for 6 years. Only at Mattress Firm.
Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on 630 KHOW. If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3, or call 888-959-4004 for a free demo.
Credit drop. Recent 520.
It's hard to know what's up with your identity if you only get part of the story.
Of course, transactions, problem, account closure.
That's what happens when you rely on monitoring your credit to protect you from identity theft.
Charges, Vegas, Tuesday.
You might detect credit changes, but you can miss threats like a cell phone account or new loan in your name, or that your personal info is for sale on the dark web.
In particular, red flag. Bad.
Why not get a more complete story to help protect your identity? At LifeLock, we detect a range of identity threats, and if you have a problem, one of our U.S.-based specialists will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock gives you more than you'll get from just monitoring your credit. Memberships start at $9.99 a month plus applicable taxes. Join now for 10% off. Go to lifelock.com and enter promo code LifeLock. That's promo code LifeLock. LifeLock. More detection, more protection.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we sell the world's finest fitness equipment, like True Fitness, for over 36 years manufacturing the best treadmills, ellipticals, and stationary bikes. Rated the quietest and smoothest on the market, True carries the best warranty in the industry, 10 years on all parts, 30 years on motors. And Tough Stuff Strength Equipment, which has been in business for 46 years. All Tough Stuff Strength carries a lifetime warranty on all parts. Don't waste your money on inferior big box, internet, or infomercial rental equipment. At Fitness Gallery, we've been improving Colorado lives for over 20 years. During our tent sale going on now, save up to 40%, guaranteed nationwide lowest prices. There's not a better time to invest in your health than now. 2 convenient locations in Denver off I-25 and 58th Ave, 1 block south of the Grizzly Rose, or in Highlands Ranch in the Promenade Shopping Center at University and C470. Check us out at fitnessgallery.com. Fitness Gallery, getting Colorado in shape since 1997.
This Saturday, America's Wealth Management Show will air at noon. For must-know retirement strategies and the pitfalls to avoid, tune into America's Wealth Management Show this Saturday at noon on 630 KHOW. Visit lifecertain.com to discover the necessary financial planning for retirement.
The Ready to Ride sales event is back. Gear up and get great deals on select 2016 Sea-Doo and Can-Am off-road models. Whether you want to ride the waves or take on trails, Sea-Doo watercraft and Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides are engineered to perform and excite. Stop in today, choose your summertime adventure, and save up to $3,000.
Visit TNT Motorsports in Laramie, just 30 miles from the Snowy Range.
Offer ends soon. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is your neighborhood place for everything Yeti, from coolers to drinkware. And right now, for the first time ever, Yeti is on sale. During the Ace Memorial Day sale, save 25% on Yeti Rambler stainless steel drinkware. It's virtually indestructible and keeps drinks hot or cold for longer. So hurry into your local Ace and save 25% on Yeti stainless steel drinkware. Offer valid for Ace Rewards members only through June 4th. Excludes Duracoat colors and jugs. See participating stores for details.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Welcome to the show. My name's Mark Major, and as you know, this is the only show of its kind. We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Would someone get me a cup of coffee so I can get a little energy going here? My God, folks, all we're trying to do is recoup money. That's all we do. You know how much year-to-date, and there's always some jerk out there. And, you know, and I'm talking about one jerk, like one guy. I'm not going to say his name, but I always get an email. I've done the math. There is no way in 38 years you've done over $100 million. Well, guess what? Yeah, we have. In cash merchandises, exchanges, refunds, services. How do you put a price on, like, the Bentley bath one? How do you put a price on that? How do you put a price on a lot of stuff? But if you've been ripped off, you got to give us a call. 303-713-8255. I promise. When a line drops off, I'll let you know. So I think I left off. We're going to go back to Mark with a problem with 303. So, Mark, I've got to update everybody on this. You brought your vehicle there, and it was an odd vehicle. It was a Volkswagen. What is it?
It's called a Phaeton. It's a rare car.
A Phaeton. It's got 2 batteries, blah, blah, blah. You had an electrical problem. So let's fast forward. Mark calls up probably December, right? First time, Mark?
It's about right.
Yeah, so he calls up, and I actually talked to him, and I said, let's get the dealer on, blah, blah, blah. And we worked out a deal for about $1,500 or $1,600. Then, Mark, you called back again when Tom was here, and ultimately, we got to the same thing. You agreed you'd pay $1,600 plus like gasoline money,
yeah,
I think.
The agreement was, I talked to Tom a couple of weeks ago. The agreement with the guy on the line was $1,585 plus $20 for half a tank of gas and $10 for a car wash for a total of $1,615.
Perfect.
But this is the third time the deal keeps changing.
Now, hold on, though. Mark, hold on.
$2,200.
Mark, I understand that. So, folks, I want everybody out there, listen, I want everybody to understand. So, in December, the guy agrees to $1,600, okay? I talked to him personally. A couple weeks ago, he's back on the air with Tom and myself. The guy agrees to $1,615. Actually, I remember the $1,585 plus some gas plus something else. So I'll take Mark at his word. That's what it was. But it was right around there, $1,600. And I remember saying to Tom, "My God, this thing's been going on 6 months now, and it's literally the same thing I negotiated 6 months ago. It's getting crazy." So, Mark, You went to pick it up finally. What happened?
No, I didn't go to pick it up. I asked the guy to send me a final bill.
Okay.
Pursuant to our call, he sent me the final bill, which I sent a copy to Suzanne yesterday.
Yep.
And the final bill totals $22.32.
And what is the difference? What is the difference between
$500 for storage and
see.
a bunch of other things that we didn't agree to? We agreed to $15.85 plus 20 plus 10.
Yes, okay. You don't have to keep, Mark, I understand. You don't have to keep saying that.
Gotcha.
Here's what's absolutely... Deputy Dan and I get along very well. He goes out with me when I confront people.
I'm your muscle.
He's the camera guy, and I joke around. He's my muscle. And if you log onto Facebook, you'll see why I'm joking around. Anyhow, so he's my muscle, and we generally agree. So I hear Deputy Dan talking to 303, they're going to say, 303, whatever, 303 Motorsports this morning, going, hey, how come all of a sudden it's 2,200? And Dan, go ahead and give your opinion first.
My opinion is, like I say, we had set it for the, what was it, $15.85 plus the gas, plus the car wash, plus the hubcaps. I mean, I know Mark didn't say the hubcaps, but that was one thing that was, which is only $75. So that's what we ended up doing.
Okay, well, I heard you talking this morning. Now I get to confront Deputy Dan. We talked this morning, and I swear to God, you thought in your mind that them upping it to 2,200 now was fine because of the storage.
No, I didn't think the storage was.
Then where were you coming from?
Well, mine was it's best just to leave it off and get it done with. And
what did they say over there? They don't want to take it off now. Now we're back up to 2,200.
Right.
See, and this is amazing to me, Mark, because you know what? I thought you were a little nutty to be. I did. I really did. And Mark, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you. I'm just saying I was like, this guy, you know, this is a fair settlement. Why does it keep moving? But you know what? I got to side with you now, Mark. I have got to side with you. Why 303 Motorsports would come on the air twice, and say it's $1,585 or $1,600, and now these people won't do it. What's wrong with them? Get them back on. Let's get this guy back on. What is wrong with him? And Dan, you do disagree. You don't think he's a bad guy in this situation, and I don't think they intentionally ripped this guy off, but 2 times he agreed to a price. Now 303 Motorsports doesn't want to do it. Can you imagine that, you guys? You tell a customer it's going to be $1,600, you come on the air and say it, then you tack on some crap.
He also agreed that there was a charge for storage, but he was waiving it.
It is wrong.
He said he was not going to charge it.
30. Put their phone number up. I want everybody to know to just don't even go there. You guys want to come on here? See if you'll come on air. You know what? See if you'll come on air first. Then we'll do that. It's ridiculous. And I got to tell you, Mark, something. I didn't get to see the invoice. There better be no discrepancies here. That bill that they want better be $2,200.
Mark, Scott the owner's on 6.
Scott, why in the world have we negotiated this twice down to $1,600 and you're telling them $2,200 now for storage? You came on and said you wouldn't even charge them storage. Go ahead, Scott. Yes, Scott's on. Come on, Scott. Come on up, bud.
Mark,
come on, Scott.
I called him, and before I could even ask him to come on the air, he must have been listening because he says, let's do it, Susan.
Yeah,
and so
okay,
I put
Scott,
him on.
There, I'll put him back on hold, Scott. You want to come up? Come on and tell me why you keep changing your mind. Come on, Scott, tell me why. Please. Give me another excuse why you're doing it. You know and I know you didn't have the initial paperwork or estimate correct either. And because I didn't think you were an outright ripoff, and I still don't. I just think you're a very bad businessman, in my opinion. That's my opinion. You know why? Because you have just created another mess. You want to come on the air every 3 months? See if he's there. I'll be happy to take him as soon as he comes on. I don't know what his deal is. Scott, what's your deal, man? How many times are we going to do this? Every 3 months?
Is this Mark?
Yes, this is Mark, Scott.
So, Mark, I appreciate you're fired up about this. I was as well. And what we had talked about with Tom and what I presented to Mr. Van Laux, and I'll go back and listen to the recordings and everything else that you had. Now,
go ahead. You said I'm not going to charge him any storage, and there's no storage on the bills, but keep going.
When we spoke about this, we talked about the final amount that was due. And there's many things that we have not spoken about this because I want to keep Mark and do what's fair to him in a good light because we could drag this through the mud.
Mark, we tried to take care of this with you this morning. Deputy Dan, I heard him over there pleading. In fact, I kept telling him to stop it because it's ridiculous. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but how you come on this show twice and agree to $1,600 on the air, then the guy gets another bill for $22 is ridiculous. Tom, I want to know Tom, what would you do if you were here?
That was my mother, I'd kick your ass.
That's right. I'm trying to lighten the situation up because my head's about to blow up. Let's take a break.
We squeeze and it says those things.
I love that. Between that one, and the goats being killed, this is the best comedy I've
You
seen
should
in a
hear
while.
it when he did it, where he slowed it down. If that was my mother, I'd kick her ass.
There could be a rap song there.
Yeah. We need to get one of those. We need to make one of those damn it dolls with Tom's face that says all those
Yes.
things.
Do you remember the goat? You remember the guy that was ripping off the money and stuff? He goes, wait a minute, I have to do an offering. My religion has me do it. Bring the goat. I'm trying to be quiet in the background.
I didn't think the story was right. I didn't.
Okay. I thought you really were.
I want him to take it off. That was the.
He said he was, though.
Right, but I said that he didn't put the car wash on, which said put the hubcaps and everything. No, I tried to get him to take that, but they wouldn't want it. I talked to the other one. He didn't want it. Total time.
You being the muscle.
Ever. I mean, at some point, who even cares? I have no idea.
When you guys agreed the last time, why didn't you put it up?
It tickled my funny bone.
Yeah, it was only like, it wasn't even 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were here.
Yeah, we were here 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and Tom told him, and the guy said he would.
Why would you go through all these? So you both were here that day.
Yeah.
Why would you go through all these pains? Get it done, get it over with.
That's like
I have so many things in my life. This guy is just, he just wants to be punished. I mean, he's crazy.
And you know what he told me? He says, I can't take another 4 hours of this. I says, I agree. Just get it done with, get them out of there, get your car out of your lot.
Do what you agreed to do. Just be done.
But the other owner and stuff that says,
Dan, I swear to God, Dan pleaded with him this morning. I'm in the background telling Dan, don't plead with him. He wants to come on and be an ass. Let's go. This is great. Have him come on and rescind it again. I mean, what the hell is this? And Dan's over there, listen, man, I really think you need to do this.
I'm so tired of getting hit in the face, you know?
The guy's like, hey, no one punched me for 2 weeks. Would you please come out?
Oh, my God.
I forgot you both were here.
Yep, they were.
We're just not as memorable as we used to be.
Stella says hi. From Facebook, Stella says hi.
Stella.
Did she really? Yeah. Stella, hello! I like Stella. She used to log on.
She's got to go through her entire life hearing that every day.
Yeah,
She would have somebody doing it.
Especially Lane, remember Lane did it the same
Hello, Suzanne. Every day.
One at a time.
Never be. Not one time. Not one time.
You absolutely do, man.
What'd you do?
And then,
I finally
the
said,
pizza coma sets in.
Did you?
Oh, the pizza coma is terrible. I need to get a Red Bull usually when I leave here.
She's cool, though. She watches all the time.
Here's the truth.
That's awesome.
Freaking jerk. I can't believe this guy. He's nuts. You know what? I bet he comes back around and says, here's what I got to do. I got to get Mark to go pick it up today for the $1,600 and just get this thing.
Get my car back.
This is nothing for him and stuff. It's like I say, and he was very good on the phone, except for today. He just wanted to.
Why in the world would he do this, Dan? Dan, why did you make him do this?
No, like I said, get it out of there. Get it done.
Get treated.
Oh, I lose it with these guys.
And I even said I wouldn't want this.
He just is, I just can't understand how thick-headed he
wasn't
is.
a good guy.
He was not.
Going on now at our tent sales.
So I have a drummer staying at my house tonight that's going to be playing Tom's drums.
Oh.
Yeah.
His drums that sprawl out over like an acre.
Rick
Tom has a massive drum
took
set?
them down, so he could put his other equipment on the stage.
Oh, yeah,
The
that's
only
right,
thing that
'cause it
fit
took
on
up the
the
whole
stage
stage.
was just the drums.
1 block south of the Grizzly Rose and south of University and C470 or fitnessgallery.com.
There's a good video in Colorado Springs we need to go see.
Why it's a 3-day
14 roughing.
Memorial Day.
Guys rip off.
We remember the brave men and women who
So I was just talking to Mark about his roofers. I got to get the roof and windows on my house. Well, we could ride down with you. Let's go. Man.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. I'm going to go right back. Scott's still on the line. And I got to say something. Scott, I'm very happy you come on, but please, Scott, if he comes down and just pays what we negotiated twice before, will you just let the guy get his car?
I want to be done with this, Mark.
Okay.
I mean,
It's insane.
It's crazy. You're right.
Okay, can he go down and grab it today?
I have to ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I have to ask you a question.
Go ahead. Of course you can.
I've been very calm through this whole thing.
Yeah.
And what Mark
Me too.
has chosen to continue to call your show after the first time we came to an agreement on this.
Yes.
And then we came to the same agreement after I spent a good amount of time getting those recordings so you guys could review them and everything else. I have all my notes. My notes support every one of the phone calls. Everything I have will hold up in a court of law, and Mark's threatened legal action, but he's done nothing because he has nothing to stand on.
Scott, I don't think your estimates would, but that's fine. It doesn't even matter. 2 times you said you'd go $1,600. Can he pick it up today? And have him sign a release so we can't talk about it ever again. That's what you do.
What's his question? He has a question.
Yeah, go ahead. What is your question, Scott?
I have all of my staff.
Yes.
This is a matter of principle for a guy who's abused this type of thing before with a history of it at a Volkswagen dealership and had thousands of dollars gifted to him because he screamed and had these stories that didn't match up or wasn't in his favor. And now it's the same thing again. And standing up for my guys who work every single day, it is a matter of principle. And because he continues to call a radio show and puts it in front of a public view that is getting bits and pieces of it, right? And you guys are doing a great job.
Well, Scott, then why did you agree to the amount to begin with? You should have stood your ground.
The last time that we did this, when Tom was on the air, he said the caps, the rest of the stuff, I don't want to get into it. I agreed to the amount that was approved.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't want to get into the rest of it. And I did not put charges on there for the loaner car that they continued to use and they violated a loaner car agreement with. I didn't put charges on there for storage for a ton of time. But he's continued to do this. And
if he comes down and picks it up today, can he just pay the $1,615 or whatever it is and take his Volkswagen?
He will pay the amount that he had, that we agreed to, plus the center caps and the fuel and the wash and everything like that, and I will be done with it. Because though my business partner wants to continue to hold our ground and stand up for our guys, I'm tired. I'm the same way you are. I was over this the first conversation we had, and I want nothing more than to be done.
Okay, so he can go pick it up for the amount that we've discussed twice before, right?
Come down and pick it up today. But
well, how much is the cap? How much is the cap and the fuel and the cleaning? I need to know that.
Hold on a second. Let me pull it up real quick. And I would ask, because I don't trust Mark.
About $100.
I don't trust him at all. And so I would request that he pays it in cash or a cashier's check.
Well, okay, then it might be tomorrow, but I'll talk to him in a second and make sure that's right. But you are going to do it, right?
I need a total amount.
Okay, what is the total?
I'm pulling it up right now.
All right, hold on. And the other thing is, I'm going to put him on hold. He says he's going to do it. I got to tell you this, folks. I believe we have this solved. We'll hold on, though, a second. You guys were both here. Here's what's ironic.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, when we actually got to the 15 or the 16 whatever, 1615, you guys were both here. Did he talk about storage? I haven't said anything. Go ahead, Al. You're the one that brought this up.
It came up as conversation. He said that there's storage charges, and Tom had asked him, I forget how he phrased it, are you charging him? No, we're going to waive that.
Jeff, how do you remember it? You don't have to be verbatim, but how do you remember the conversation going?
Pretty much exactly the way Al just described it. that the storage charges were going to be kicked off. He just wanted to be done with this thing and get the car
and
off.
move on.
Scott, do you have the total?
I'm pulling it up. Of course, my computer's like, I had to restart that program. Hold on a second.
God, your business.
Can I talk in the meantime? Only because you made fun of the gray hairs that I have on the side of my head, right? And that's really because of the fact that I've been wrenching for 38 years, and I've learned a lot of things along the way.
Yeah.
Okay? And one of the things I've learned, there are things that I want to invest time in and things I do not. And when I run my company, when I deal with stuff and I deal with customers, sometimes I have to be a big boy and pull up to the table and just resolve things and don't get...
Even if you're wrong, in your opinion.
You know that, man. I got my people's back, but I'm going to just tell you, a customer and the value of a customer and the confidence that people have in your name has everything to do with you moving forward. And sometimes, man, you just got to put it back in the sheath and say,
and this problem
done. And you get the man handle, and maybe you'll shake his hand, and the guy will say, you know what, you're honorable.
This problem was nothing more
This
than
is
lack
insane.
of communication up until this last part. I, honest to God, thought this thing was done, over, behind us.
Right. I'm ready to pay the difference just so the guy gets the car.
Scott.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
1696.37.
1696.37. That must be with tax. Hold on 1 second. Mark, can you pick it up today or tomorrow? 1696.37.
Cash or cashier's check, Mark?
Yep, cashier's check or cash.
And may I say something?
Yes.
Yes, I will do that. Again, the numbers change, but that's okay. I will do that.
Yes.
But you know, this whole
Mark, I am not going down this road, man. Listen, get down there today. If you want to call up and just get down there today. Mark, please. We got it to where it's supposed to be. Handle it today. This problem is solved. There was supposed to be a sound effect there.
We need...
Hold on. We're going to try it one more time. This problem solved. There we go. All right. You know, I can't believe we visited this thing since December till now. Mark, honest to God, get down there today. You can free Mark up because I'm about...
There's a mark on your forehead, Mark. And the counter, why is it cracked?
I feel like I've been president because I was literally, if you're watching on Facebook, beating my head against the table.
He was physically abusing himself. That's almost domestic violence to yourself.
Or as George Costanza's mom would say, he was treating his body like a carnival. No, well, an amusement park. It's a little different kind of thing, but... All right, folks, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. Thank God that's done. Ed, what's going on with this Jeep Liberty?
Hey, Mark, I got to say, you are hilarious, man. If Tom ever cans you, you need to do stand-up. You kill me.
Problem-solving stand-up.
That is funny.
This is my daughter's car, and I kind of try to work on stuff myself, but they decided to take it to a dealership. I think it's a 2012 Jeep Liberty. I think the code was a P0442, a small emissions leak. So I had her put a new gas cap on it. That lasted 2 or 3 days. Light came back on. Took it to the dealership. Paid $300 to replace a seal and a sensor. 3 days later, it came back on. They did another sensor. 3 days later, it came back on. So they put a new gas cap on, and it's come on again. Is there anything...
What do you guys think? Evaporator canister?
It could be a canister. You can have a purge valve problem. The filler neck itself could be the problem. The canister hose, the fuel pump, the fuel tank.
That's what I looked up. I saw all
loosen up behind the wheel.
Maybe low on muffler fluid. That could possibly be.
You know, prior to all this happening, does she have a tendency to continue to pump the fuel into there after it clicks off?
Okay.
That's a question.
Say what? Say it again?
When she's filling up, does she have a tendency to sit there and try to get to a round number or to get as much in there as she can and just sit there and click?
I don't know, but that's a good idea. That can ruin that.
That will ruin that canister.
Yeah, most
100%.
people know it, but everybody does.
How do you guys diagnose this? I know you got to look at it, but is this one of those things you put the smoke machine on?
Very good. That's exactly right.
Yeah, and here's the thing. When they start aging in 2012, is that what this thing is?
Yeah.
You can have a number of things that can cause those emission-related failures, and the state of Colorado is going to have a limit and threshold for you to get that fixed. I'm sure the dealer's not dealing you wrong. They're probably seeing the obvious change in those things and trying to get it to be compliant.
Okay.
That's not uncommon.
I know. I read it could be the actual fuel tank needs replaced even. So.
Absolutely, tank and neck.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that they're on the right track.
You got to put that smoke machine on it.
Yeah.
It would be a good idea.
And then anywhere there's a leak, it just comes out, right?
It'll show. Yeah, absolutely, it'll show. That system isn't that difficult, so I'm surprised they're struggling that much.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. All right. Well, I just thought maybe you had.
All right. Thanks, Ed. 303-713-8255. We got a few lines open. 303 Martino. Suzanne, yes.
So I got a good question on email. It says, I was just wondering if Mark was planning on barbecuing some dollar store ribeye steaks this weekend. Yeah, I hope
Never
not.
again.
In the hot tub.
Never
like that
again.
idea. This is better.
You know, the funny part about that is this group was here, right? Yeah. But Andy wasn't here.
Yeah.
It was Jesse.
From Colorado Springs.
From Colorado Springs. Honest, accurate, great shop, by the way. And he was the only guy that got like 75% of that steak down.
Yeah, and the best
I
part
noticed he hasn't been back.
Yeah, that entire experience was fantastic while we're all enjoying this gourmet feast. And we look over at Mark and go, well, how was yours? Oh, I'm not going to eat that stuff.
All right, listen, we're going to take a break. 303 Martino, 303-713-8255. Tom, what do you have to say about those steaks?
Let's come right back. I want to throw up.
You guys ate them here. You actually ate them here?
We cooked them here. Deputy Dan cooked. There was no eating involved. Except for Jesse. I got into my mouth, I got out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Everybody was chewing gum 20 minutes
Asking
later.
about the fillers. I know we paid for fillers, fillers for the cabinets. Hang on, here's Mark. It almost
I
like
think if you go, I think they're in the garage on top of the shelf. You mean the long kick?
I remember Mark had bought them.
Ah.
But I didn't think he pushed them off on you. And everybody was chewing gum.
Is it real flimsy or what is it?
No, he's reading the...
Okay, that's somewhere, that is definitely somewhere in the garage.
Oh, that's a laxative.
No, it's antacid.
How did you cook them? On a George Foreman.
Yeah.
And the question was, can you really get a good steak for $1? That's the conversation. So the line doesn't... Because we knew then we are his B Automotive team. And he had us line, because his A team would never get something like that. Those guys are much smarter than
Del Frisco's.
Yeah, Mark.
We have Del Frisco's cater every other Friday.
I wonder whether or not the other team ends up buying lunch.
Yeah, do they buy pizzas like we buy pizzas?
They buy, they deliver, Del Fresco.
Oh, you're such an unbelievable. But it's all over now.
Someone grab two.
Hey, that lion from
the Lion, the Witch, and the Warlock?
No, the...
Wardrobe.
You know, the guy from the Rock.
Spit it out, man.
The Rock. Anyway.
You sound like a caller.
I know, I do.
He's still trying to get it.
But
Wait, I have something to say. Good.
Okay. But he won't come on. He told you.
Oh, is he ready to come on?
No, he won't come on. His lawyer's going to be talking with you. You made the widow, his customer, she was a widow, cry.
What?
Yeah, I remember Tom called, said that girl that called up right after that, after he called, said he did a great job.
The one that accidentally called?
Right.
Yeah. How about the owner of the house, though? Would he call?
I didn't get her.
What's his name? Ask Suzanne, figure out what his name is.
But Ryan said that his lawyer will be calling.
That's pizzas for
Hey,
With the cook on the George
I am
Foreman?
having a piece. I am having a piece today.
Let's go. Put that on hold, grab three.
Let's go get him.
Interns take way too long. They'll answer the phone. Hi, Tom Martino show. And these people will talk their ear off. Okay. Allie literally just put them on hold, grab three.
Sorry, entrepreneur. Small business owners are do-it-yourselfers.
All right. Yeah, but somehow I closed every commercial.
But I needed a contract written. So I wrote my own
God damn, that was funny as
I
shit.
didn't recommend doing this because
Can you believe that guy, though?
No, I told her, and I talked to the other owner. He was the one that was holding Scott from not paying, not just finalizing it.
So he says.
He says the principal.
So he's not paying him out of the principal, or he's not finishing the work out of the principal.
Not finishing the work, not cutting not keeping the storage from showing up there.
Out of the principal.
Out of the principal. But, like I said, get it out of there. It's been there for 4 months.
God, people make the craziest decisions.
I told him, I said, you were very professional in all your dealings. You came out great on this looking.
promo code radio and get 2 months of payroll free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Oh, that's Ryan.
Talk about it.
That landscaper, he was pissed.
Nothing is more important than your health.
You mean just a minute ago?
Yeah.
We sell the world's finest fitness equipment.
Hell no, I'm not coming on.
Save up to 40% off. True treadmills, ellipticals, and stationary bikes carry the industry's best warranty. 10 years on all parts, 30 years on motors. And our tough strength equipment, 46 years in manufacturing, a lifetime warranty on all parts. 2 convenient locations north off of I-25 and 58th Ave, 1 block south of the Grizzly Road.
He wanted to get on the referral list, too. He said, I wouldn't put him on the referral list. You put a gun to me after that. Crap.
You're right.
I mean,
I don't know why he did that.
You know what? It's almost like he wanted to come on the air again. It was almost the Eccles shit again.
No.
Then why wouldn't he do it when you were talking to him this morning?
Like I said, the principal, that's
The principle. I made a deal 2 weeks ago, and out of the principle of it, I'm going to break that deal.
I understand that. I appreciate the affection.
Okay, that 1-800-7 cars.
Oh God, I cannot stand that commercial anymore.
I
every
want
other
to rip my ears off of my head.
Oh, man, that's beautiful.
Don't you feel sad for
We're just missing one piece. He
I
said,
thought this
no,
went a little too...
because I'm a fundraiser,
Yeah.
and, you know.
Yeah, that almost lines up.
But it does work. It gets stuck in your head.
303-713-8255. That's the only number you need. Solving problems, answering questions, taking your complaints. Apparently, some guy thought I was funny. I don't mean to be funny. So you think I'm funny? You know how that whole thing goes. Joe Pesci, I got to say something here. I do got to say something. People, that 303, listen, these guys weren't by any means some big rip-off company, by any means whatsoever. They weren't trying to pull something over like Springs Automotive and Truck Service Center in Colorado Springs. They're not 44th Auto. They're not bad guys. But I got to say, sometimes when you come on the radio and agree to something 10 days ago, then decide to change it when the guy comes down and pick it up, and then before we even brought it back on the air, understand this, before we brought it back on the air, I swear to God, Deputy Dan was on his knees begging for these people just to do what they agreed to. In fact, the things coming out of his mouth were incredible. Was I not yelling at you going just, what was I doing? Downstairs, honest to God, Dan, say.
You said, just get off the phone. Just let them go. I'll deal with them on the phone.
That's right. It's like, I'm not going to tell a business what to do. I'll give my opinion on what I think they should do if they ask, but people need to come to the right response. Why he would come on air with Tom and myself 2 weeks ago and decide not to do it, my brain is still melted down over it. I literally hit my head on the freaking table.
We were all talking in the other room here just a minute between the break and just thinking to ourselves, wow. How many arguments do you want to have
and
with
they're not bad people.
No,
I think they diagnosed it right, they fixed it right, they gave him a discount. So at the very end, after he came off like a champ 2 weeks ago, to change it is just not right.
It doesn't matter if it's a partner or what have you. You just sometimes got to do what's right.
Doc, what's going on with this minivan? Go ahead, Jeff. No, go ahead, real quick.
No, he mentioned before, you know, the value of a customer, what it takes to get them in there and retain them and everything else. And there are times, and Tom said this before too, where you need to understand that maybe you don't get along. It's best that you move on with your life and the two of you go your separate ways.
Yep.
If you got to take a little bit in the shorts in order to make that happen, your life's going to be...
Oh, that was a nasty divorce right there. I mean, that was like kids involved in a divorce, money involved, forensic accountants. That was crazy. All right. Go ahead, Doc. What's going on with this Dodge?
Yeah, I wonder if there's an accumulator in the fuel system.
Oh, hold on, Doc. People have no idea what you're talking about. We had a caller call up there as a small emissions leak, right? Is that the one?
No.
Oh, Doc, what are you talking about? Go ahead.
Well, this car, when it gets down to about a quarter of a tank, it's running fine until I put on the brakes, and then it stumbles and dies. It'll never do it with a full tank. And I wonder, is there an accumulator in that fuel system?
There's a baffle in the tank that might be an issue, or even just the fuel level sensor itself.
Or the pickup.
The pickup, correct. And the sensor and the pickup, it's all one unit. But if that unit is bad, yes, of course it'll be inaccurate, and it'll do exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right, Doc, I appreciate the call. Kathy, you've been holding a while. $30,000 lien on your house. Give me a little background here. What's going on?
Well, he still hasn't.
Okay, that's what I meant by a little background. I know Deputy Dan's been working with you, but myself and everybody listening doesn't know what you're talking about. So give me a little background. What happened?
Okay, we had our roof repaired last year due to hail, and we had several buildings.
Outbuildings, yep.
Yeah, and they replaced the asphalt shingles on 3 of the buildings, but not the steel roof on the steel building.
Got it.
And
why didn't they replace? Okay, hold on. Are you talking the insurance company didn't replace it, or the contractor was supposed to replace it and did not?
The contractor was paid, and he did not replace it.
So you have a contract saying that the steel building will be done?
He's saying that he doesn't specify that. He just says all things will be taken care of.
Okay, well, that's kind of weird. So in the contract, did your insurance end up paying for that damage on the steel building?
Yes.
And did this roofer deal with the insurance company somewhat directly?
The insurance company was here and spoke with him.
Okay, who got the check?
He did. The insurance, or the
Okay, so it seems to me the scope of work should have been there. So what's the problem now? Is he refusing to do it?
You can't get a hold of him.
You mean if I call him right now, we can't get a hold of him?
No.
What's the company name?
Pro Team Roofing.
Pro Team. Some Pro Team Roofing.
Uh-huh.
Suzanne, have we tried, I assume, because Deputy Dan...
Oh, it's horrible, Mark. Like, they don't even really have a real voicemail. It's like you're calling a cell... Sometimes they are not even taking messages, and they're just the worst to get a hold of.
Kathy, where did you find this guy? Did you go down to the homeless shelter?
No, it was on the Better Business Bureau.
Okay, well, let me tell you. Let me ask you something, Kathy, and I'm not going to... Have you called them? What did they do? Did they file a complaint?
I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau.
And what did they do?
They haven't done anything.
Wow, imagine that. The BBB not doing a damn thing when there's a problem. Oh, man, that's like, that would be like you telling me Angie's List doesn't do a damn thing when there's a problem. I got to tell you, if that was a member of our referral list and everything you're saying is true, I would literally, you ready for this? I'd literally, probably, I can't even use the word I want. Oh, my God. Guess who just walked in? What are you holding?
Hi, Rolly.
Rolly Purifoy in-house. Rolly, have a seat somewhere. But, Kathy, I mean, honest to God, I'm not going to beat you up on that anymore, but next time use a referral list or at least get great people to do it. Just you can't go off of just what's on the BBB. So, Suzanne, we can't leave any messages. Who's been on this? Deputy Dan?
Yeah, I have. I've left messages,
so we get nothing
emails,
back.
nothing, and I had her go to the actual business, and she finally got a hold of them. And the guy said he's taken the lien off and everything, but now when she called up on the lien, it's still on there. This guy is just lying up.
Whoa. What do you mean the lien? Where did this come from?
So he had a subcontractor as far as for the materials.
Okay, Kathy, don't worry about that. This is your primary residence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got an affirmative defense against any subcontractors if you paid, and it looks like he paid your insurance company directly in full. You don't have to worry about that. That lien, if you go to sell your house, that thing will help you with that if it comes to it. But there's nothing you got to do there. If you paid the main guy in full. So you've got two problems. One, you think you've got this lien on there, which they might have filed, but once again, it's not perfected. Have they taken you to court?
No.
Okay, so listen.
They haven't, but
Kathy,
I'm trying to get...
Let me tell you how you're trying to what?
I'm trying to get the steel building done.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But listen, on the lien, just for people listening, people got to give you an intent to lien, so they got to send you a notice 10 days before they lien. Then they can lien, which is fine, so they go ahead and lien, but then they got to sue you, I think, and it's either, I want to say 6 months, it might be 90 days, I forget, I'm not staring at it, but they got to sue you in that amount of time, and of course they've got to win in court. So if they do sue you, you'll just use that defense, and that defense will be, I paid the regular contractor or the general contractor in full, here's the receipt, or here's the canceled check from the insurance company, here's whatever. Then you're not going to have a problem with the lien. As far as getting this done, I mean, this sounds like one. We've left so many messages, they could care less. What is the phone number we're calling? Maybe our listeners can help us out. Maybe they can get through to this guy. What's his name?
Well, his name is Robert Parlett.
Robert Parlett with Pro Team, right?
Right.
Robert Parlett. P-A, how do you spell it? This guy sounds like he's a...
Parlett.
With Pro Roof. He sounds like a candidate for our Sleaze Brigade.
He is.
Oh, no doubt, Dan?
Absolutely.
This is a real deal scumbag.
Yep. Well, like I say, he doesn't return calls, and it's been 6-8 months?
It's with Pro Team Roofing.
And
you know what, Pro Team Roofing, guess what's coming real quick? It's already been here as hail. So I hope everybody, what area are you in?
El Paso County.
El Paso. I hope everybody in El Paso is looking out. Pro Team, they're going to say they're going to do stuff, and they're not going to do it because that's what we're starting to understand. And what is the phone number for Robert Parlett, whatever his name is at Pro Team?
The phone number I have is 719.
719, go ahead.
574-3535.
All right, so Robert Parlett, Pro Team Roofing, watch out, folks. This is not a good guy. This guy will end up on the Sleaze Brigade if he doesn't come through on it. Simple as that. We'll give him a little bit of time, but I got to tell you, Pro Team Roofing, maybe our listeners could reach out and just ask him nicely, say, hey, how come you have not finished Kathy's house? You had a contract with her saying you would do whatever the insurance company was paying for. They paid for that metal or steel roof or whatever it is, and you guys didn't do it. So why don't you folks call Robert for me? Please, please, be nice to him, 719-574-3535. I do want to ask Tom this. Tom, what would you do if this was your mother?
That was my mother, I'd kick your ass.
This report is brought to you by Furniture Row.
Quite a few crashes clogging up the drive in the metro area on this Friday. There's a wreck on eastbound C470 after University, backups to Santa Fe. Another crash northbound I...
That's gold. That's gold. Boy, howdy. We're golden today.
I gotta get some teeth.
Yeah. We gotta get a grill. Yeah, I know. This is like an acid deal over here.
Hey, 2 weeks, we got a prank going on with Tom. We're gonna get Rasta hats and dreadlocks. And we're all coming in to show you. I ordered them already. I'll have them. So you gotta be a part of that.
I don't know what's driving this.
Just to mess with him. I mean, that really, there's no motivation. Maybe we'll just say we're happy that it's summertime in June. And
have you ever heard any of the Roy Mercer stuff?
The who?
Roy Mercer?
No.
He's out of Texas. He'll call in and put somebody together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's how big a boy. We ought to have him really do it suddenly and put more people together with him. That would be so
That'd be
good.
funny.
That'd be real funny.
Of course, Tom will tell you he can't be put together.
Yeah.
Trust me. Boy, Mark has some energy there. Holy cow. You gotta get this guy back on some medication. He thinks he's Martino's 20 years. I know we were just talking about.
If when you hang around him too long, it has an effect.
He's playing that thing, that's what Bentley Valve. Did you guys ever hear that one?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. He lit up. He had to walk out of the room.
Oh, Tom, really? That guy sat and then I had to walk him out after a half hour. He was like a deer in the headlights. That George Bentley. And I walked him out.
He's going to have to just install it a different day.
Wellness can help you age naturally and healthfully with safe and effective biophysical hormone replacement therapy.
Call 303-233-4247 or go online, grossmanwellness.com. And when you do,
Robert Parlay. Is it parlay or parlet? It's usually parlay.
Parlay.
Usually parlay.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHL.
Consumers Real Estate Show. That's right, a real estate show for consumers.
So he told her he'd have it done by June 5th.
Help you, the consumer.
Have what done?
Still building.
Right here on Talk Radio, 630.
It won't happen.
The Consumers Real Estate Show, Saturday mornings at 8 on 630 KHAB. If you want luxury quartz countertops at wholesale prices, you need to call Art of Granite. When they remodel,
Roofer seems to be that place where the gumballs.
You're right.
I own a roofing company, and then you have guys that are honorable and run great businesses.
Add yourself to our newsletter. I wonder what the hell you put some weeping in.
But it's the same for the auto.
Rolly, those are some bright shoes, brother.
Yeah, they are too, and I'm gonna.
They're comfy, aren't they? Light as feather lights.
I refuse to be shorter than Al.
Since then, I discovered a way to grow.
Why'd you have to go there?
Well, I'm just saying, it's just a physical thing.
I came in good content, and here you go.
Well, now we're kind of eye to eye.
Well, it's 2 T's, so I better just part
You got a bigger chair, though.
No,
If that compensates for something that you're dealing with, I mean, go ahead with that.
You know, we all have our issues. Jesus Christ, Mark. Fired up. The guy is nuts.
Hang around Tom.
97 bucks left. We even cover shipping and
He didn't have coffee this morning.
Call 800-491-1717.
I could use a cup of coffee.
Red Bull. I get you a Red Bull.
I got the pizza sweats.
Did you see if Dap could get me some coffee?
You got Mr. Parlet's cell phone number on his website, too.
Say it again?
This protein, Bob Parlet.
Yeah.
You got a cell phone number right here.
God, these roofers, man.
This is what we need to go down there.
Roofers and Chevy dealers.
Some Chevy dealers.
It kind of looks like you.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Hey, 303-713.
Shorter.
What? Why?
The greatest generation is disappearing rapidly. This Memorial Day weekend, let's remember those who...
Oh, I thought she was yelling at me because I'm back. We need to find a different intern that doesn't cry. Cream.
What he said was, everything's done, he just can't check the charge on it and stuff. He's gonna leave, he said it'll work, just get with Todd Terry about that last step.
What do you mean he can't check the
He
charge?
can't check.
All right, well, Todd's going to have to...
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Been ripped off, taken advantage of. I want to recap everybody in studio. It is car day. Rolly Purifoy just showed his head, his glossening. Do you actually shave your head, or is it naturally bald?
No, I just shave it. It's just easier.
It is?
Yeah.
Do you polish it?
No, I don't polish it.
No.
But, you know, I'm telling you what, Mark, this is like a throwback to 20 years ago when Martino was nuts. Are you off your meds or what? My goodness.
What are you talking about?
Well, I know they've peeled you off the ceiling at least twice.
He cracked the counter. He was hitting it with his head.
Wow.
Have you heard the people that call, though?
Well, yes, I do, but...
have you heard the businesses that we've had to deal with today? How about the guy that I've negotiated since December with, and he changes his mind?
Well...
Would you ever do that in a million years?
Oh, we're not going to back up once we do what we're going to do.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Hello. But...
well, that's all I'm saying, Rolly. It's like, my God.
It's just like days have passed for me. I mean, I was there when Martino was nuts.
I like how he uses nuts in the past tense.
Well, he's a much kinder, a much gentler guy now. When we were back on the old J-Core days and Tamarack, it was crazy.
I got to tell you, if you saw George Bentley in studio, you wouldn't say that.
Well, I saw some of the podcasts.
In fact, you know what he said? Let's pot that up one more time. Literally, this is where this sound cut came from. This about his mother. When that gets potted up, let me know. But it's insane, man. You should have seen him. George Bentley was sitting right where you were. Right there. Tom's over here. Break comes. He gets up like this. If you're on Facebook, you can see it. And the first words out of his mouth...
That was my mother. I'd kick your ass.
He almost jumped across, but he didn't, of course. He never would do anything physical. But I got to tell you, then, thank God we were on break, because the FCC, forget about it, none of us would have a job anymore. Because I have not heard F-bombs drop like that for a long time. And you know what? George Bentley, I went back and listened to it so many times. In my opinion, he is the biggest double talker I have ever heard in my life. The guy never acknowledged anything, but if you listen to it just the first time, just the first time, you might think he actually said he was going to fix it. But he never said that. He just kind of made you think that. You know what? It's like one of these slick guys from New York. Al?
Well, and by the way,
yeah,
I've known Tom long enough to know he ain't kicking anybody's butt.
I don't know, man.
You're talking about Tom. He's from New York, right?
I'm pretty sure, oh, my God. The hair on his arms was raised. It was pretty crazy. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Also in studio, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmissions, Andy Barella, Colorado Springs Dodge. If you're buying a Dodge, you got to get down to Colorado Springs. They will beat any price out there on any Dodge. Does that include the Hellcats and everything? Everything.
I'm going to say it does. I mean, right now, even Hellcats are, they've mellowed out a little bit. Now we're waiting for the Demon.
What's the Demon?
The Demon is a beast bigger than the Hellcat. The Demon is, what, up in the 900,000?
Horsepower?
Yeah.
I thought it was 850.
Yeah. Yeah, right close to 9, as I recall. So
the Demon.
The Demon. So
well,
that's
they
the
get
next
to the
one.
point where you can't hook them up. They won't hook up. Physics takes over.
Correct.
I mean, you can't do 0 to 60 in 0. I mean, that's it.
That would be
there's
cool.
an end.
Well, actually, maybe someday.
They might work it. Now, that vehicle is all-wheel drive, correct?
Suzanne?
I just got a little news. A sidetrack. Hey, Dan, you want to come back here? Because we got somebody in undercover just gave us Bob Parlett's cell phone number
with Pro Team.
So maybe you want to give him a shout.
Robert Parlett, Kathy basically paid, he ended up getting paid $30,000. The roof was never done. Kathy, we're trying to shake this guy down. We have a detective or someone that called us in the back line. We're going to find another number for him. And, folks, this is one of these things you can help us be the troubleshooter. Just ask Robert at Pro Team, say, hey, how come you took all that insurance money, agreed to do that metal roof, and didn't do it? And he's at 719-574-3535. Be nice. 719-574-3535. You guys get it? Be nice. Simple as that. I always say that. Yeah, I want people to be nice.
Quit paying before the work's done.
Oh, I know. That always makes me think of Jay Bretz at Excel. You don't pay a cent until you're content. I don't care what business you're in. That's a wonderful way to do it. Now, there's certain times, if you're ordering custom, I think you do have to have a little skin in the game.
Well, you got absolutely there.
Just so you don't walk. All right, folks, let's do this. Let's free up Kathy. Give me that other phone number for Robert Parlett. And I want to talk about Ryan Naples and Stone Falls Custom Masonry and Landscaping. I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I'm going to take a call first, and I promise we're going to talk about him. But this guy, in my opinion, is crazy. He's another guy that ultimately, I think he got offended because she wanted him to pick weeds or something. I'm going to try to figure out exactly what happened, but he doesn't want to finish the job now. He took $16,000 for the entire job, and now he doesn't want to finish it. I mean, because I think he's offended. Dan, am I saying this right, or am I off there? Be straight. I mean, was he offended? Is that the deal?
No, he was mad because I think he was getting a lot of calls. And that's why he said his lawyer's going to be contacting him.
Oh, my God. Another lawyer.
Another lawyer.
I love attorneys. I swear, everybody's got an attorney. You know how many attorneys we hear from? You ready? Here we go. None. Please have your lawyer call. I want your lawyer to explain why you took $16,000, did half the job, and walked off, Ryan Naples.
I'm going to call my lawyer.
Hey, you know what? Call Vinny, call your lawyer, call whoever you want. Who cares?
We
you know how
want
many
to sue
times
your ass,
Tom's
and we're
been
going
sued?
to. You know why? Because we think it was totally inappropriate.
Wait a second. What did Tom just say?
We want to sue your ass, and we're going to. You know why? Because we think it was totally inappropriate.
Wow. You know, it's almost like I can conjure him up when I want him here. Tom, if someone ripped off someone in your family, what would you do?
That was my mother. I'd kick your ass.
It's so weird. It's like he's from above. It's weird.
Idiot!
All right, folks. 303-713-8255. Stephen, one line open. Stephen, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, big man?
What is up, Stephen? How can I help you?
Hey, look, I got this 07 Nissan Sentra, right? And I've had it in the shop since around September or August, somewhere in that time period.
It's still in the shop?
Yeah.
Well, what is it, Slowies? I mean, what shop has your vehicle since September, man?
It's a place called Patriot Auto.
And then they're going to have a reason why it's been there so long. What is their reason before you tell me your side?
Well, actually, they were saying how they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, so then they turned around and sent it to a Nissan dealer.
Yeah.
Right, and after that back and forth game, they went ahead and said it was a timing chain.
Okay.
Or timing chain was stressed out.
So did you have that done?
Well, I'm having it done now.
Okay.
I just called it, and so I just got all.
All right, hold on. Stephen, I promise I'll bring you up right after the break, but we got to do this. 303-713-8255. Don't forget our small business seminar. Go to referrallist.com. Right under the logo, you can sign up 100% free. Tom will be there. I'll be there. Accountants, attorneys, small business seminar, referrallist.com.
Nothing is more important than your health.
Something to eat.
We sell the world's
What are you driving?
equipment. Like True Fitness, for over 36 years manufacturing the best treadmills, aluminum, and stationary bikes. We're the quietest, best models on the market. It carries the best warranty in the industry. 10 years on all parts, 30 years on motors. I might drive one which has been in business for 46 years. Justice Strength carries a lifetime warranty on all parts. Don't waste your money.
They're not practical, but they're fun to play with.
There was a time when you drove all the time, I drove a car.
It's on their website.
That time is past.
Don't be afraid to try. Yeah, it changes a lot as you get older, I have to tell you.
Convenient locations in Denver.
I've owned probably, I guarantee you I've owned 12, 15 of them.
Grizzly Rose. Or in Highlands Ranch in the Promenade Shopping Center at University and 70. Check us out at fitnessgallery.com. Fitness Gallery.
What was the traffic like coming up?
Since
Coming from the north, it was stupid.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
You started talking, we can't see a reason why, once you get there. All of a sudden, it was slow, and all of a sudden it's back. No reason. I don't get it.
News Radio.
This town's gotten pretty bad.
Oh, man, yeah, especially down right off here.
What happened down here yesterday? There was a massive pack of everybody said so.
They're working on, I mean, they are working on that road for the last 2 months.
Oh, yeah, they wrapped the road there. I avoid that.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is talking about U.S. leaks from the British
At least it's
investigation
not as rough as it was like here.
You never know. You can't go more than 2 miles an hour through there. What are you talking about?
Well, you can go a little faster.
Tillerson talking during a press conference in London today with his British counterpart.
Hopefully
There
it
are
makes a
reports
difference.
British officials shut down the info pipeline
That's
to the
no
U.S.
problem.
2.5-year project?
Hillary Clinton says
And
she
it
takes
was,
long
they did a
walks to
study
the
of the traffic flow,
organizes her closets
and
after
apparently
losing
somebody
the
won the bid
presidential election.
to
The quick
improve
company will
traffic
deliver
flow.
the commencement address today at her alma
So we
mater,
just send them all
Wellesley
back
College.
home. We don't need to worry about the
Clinton
traffic.
drew comparisons
there
to
you
the
go.
administration
California,
of
a lot of
President
people
Trump,
are.
and that's the man who was president when she graduated, Richard Nixon. At least 26 people are dead in Egypt after
I'll
the
tell you what,
mass gunman
the
attacked a
cost
Basque-carrying
of
Coptic Christian
rent
to a monastery.
is gonna
They
send a lot of
damage
people out
happened
here.
about
It's gotten
150 miles
stupid.
south of
I think it's going to go down, though. So many apartments coming up.
You know,
Christians in the region.
I think they'll correct it. The market always corrects.
An education expert says those popular fidget spinners are nothing more than a fad with potential.
Fidget spinners are being marketed as an educational tool to help fidgety kids. But education expert Diana Terrell says
it's about a teacher repurposing a
It
toy
helps fidgety
that's
kids.
really
You know, hand them a broom. Give them a shovel.
to help work on attention.
Can't sit still. Get to work.
Dr. Terrell says while fidget
What's the
spinners
problem is?
may
You do everything
help
for the damn
some
kids.
students
We
with
need a fidget spinner. No, you
ADHD
need to get your ass
focus
outside.
better, it's become a real distraction in school.
But
As far
give them a shovel.
It's a distraction in
still out
school.
on fidget spinners.
What are you supposed to be doing in the
That's Sarah
school?
Lee Kessler reporting on those
Just saying.
so popular fidget
Okay,
spinners.
They don't put them on the recess to burn it up.
From NBC News Radio.
Well, you can go to recess. You just can't play any fun games.
Mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms later today, high 70.
You leave people out.
You gotta play dodgeball, you gotta have a Hans device on and everything.
You got to have a hard hat. Why the damn
Helmets,
helmets?
yeah.
Mostly sunny and a high of 70. Is your personal info or sales?
Our litigious society.
I blame Obama.
But LifeLock sees a wide
He's as
range
good
of
as
ways
anybody.
to your identity. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com. Use promo code
I'm just
WIZ.
happy that Michelle's helping all the children eat better. I'm just saying. God forbid if they were to eat something bad. What did we do when we were kids, stupid woman?
Whatever showed up on your plate, you eat the stuff you like.
like,
How did we survive without intelligent people like you?
well, I think she's had a few cheese puffs herself.
Oh, you know it, man. She's carrying a little bit of pork roast on the back end there.
Drive home a Ford F-150 this Memorial Day.
There's a couple of pork skins.
Yeah, a couple pork skins.
At Lady Luck Casino.
Just saying.
Just saying. See one daily and earn more with play. Don't miss your chance to win a Ford F-150.
Yeah.
Must be 21. Any and all terms conditions.
Smells like dope in here.
Published or received.
Rolly?
Eligibility rules and exceptions apply. Refer to
It does.
rules. Gambling problem. 1-800-4700.
That's so weird.
It's probably KBCO down below you.
It could be.
Absolutely.
There'll be days we hear the drums. Isn't that weird? Welcome to the show! All right, folks, 303-713-8255. My name's Mark Major. As you know, this is the only show of its kind. We solve problems, we answer questions. We take your complaints, we get directly involved. And I mean directly involved. We, to date, you know, Tom started this thing. My God, back when Rolly was in his 60s, 38 years ago. And I got to tell you, over $100 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds. We save money like, go ahead, Al, hit that button, man.
Yeah. It's the greatest show in the world.
Greatest show on earth. Yeah. Actually, we very well may be the greatest show on earth now because
the
circus is closed. The greatest show on earth is gone. Isn't that sad?
It's sad. It's sad. But I want you to think about something. This is the holiday weekend, and we all go about our stuff, and we're going to have our barbecues and go do our fun stuff, but it's a symbolic one because it's Memorial Day.
Yep.
And there are some amazing men and women that served this country.
Oh, gave their life for it.
And many that gave it all. And I got to tell you, we live in the most blessed country, period. And that is because of the people and the blessings from above.
Well said, sir.
Al.
Nice job.
Yeah, not bad, man. You trying to top me over here?
No, I wouldn't dare. I sit at a lower level than you do, and that's
literally,
physically and spiritually.
All right, 303-713-8255. So, Kathy, here's the deal. Kathy, I'm going to just keep working on old Robert Parlay and warning people about Pro Team and see what happens. We're going to keep this and mark it as a follow-up and keep trying with you, okay? Is she not there? Kathy? Okay. Simple as that. So let's free up line one. But, by the way, Robert Parlay with Pro Team, he took a lot of money, didn't finish a roof. And, folks, he needs to know, he does need to know that's not right. He's at 719-574-3535. Be nice if you call. But ask him, when are you going to finish Kathy's roof? Now, the other thing I want to bring up, because I've got some smart business people in studio with me. Ryan Naples, Stone Falls Custom Masonry and Landscaping. He's going to have his big, scary attorney call me. Well, it's 303 Martino if you need to know, Ryan. It's very simple.
The guy has my cell.
So, kind of, what was the caller's name, Suzanne?
Mark.
So Mark calls up. Man, we've had a lot of Marks today. Mark calls up and says, I paid this guy $16,000 up front. He delivered some boulders. He tore out the old grass or the old sod in the back. He sent us pictures. The guy did, I'm not going to say he didn't do any work. He actually did quite a bit, and there's a lot of boulders, other stuff. But the boulders weren't set up yet. They were kind of just dumped in the dirt. They need to be moved around. Now, why? Here's what I'm trying to figure out. He came on the air, Ryan came on the air, and actually at one point, remember, this is a guy that dropped the F-bomb, Ryan Naples, who runs a business, Stone Falls Custom Masonry and Landscaping. And by the way, Ryan, right now a lot of people are looking for good landscapers. And you're not one of them, in my opinion, by any means. So if you see this sign in your neighbor's yard or anything else, that's fine. Now, right after Ryan came on, said that no, in fact, the guy owes me money, is what he said. In fact, he should owe me another $2,000. And then he drops the F-bomb and he does all this crap. I mean, he was basically playing Kale and Eccles, in my opinion. But this was the most amazing part. The second he hangs up, in fact, I'm going to pull this audio for next week because it's so remarkable. The good Lord was watching over him that day because the second he hung up, a woman calls and says, I know Ryan Naples, and I know Stone Falls Custom Masonry and Landscaping, and they're doing a great job at my house. In fact, he's on his way right now. And I said, wait a minute. Were you listening to the radio? I mean, literally, the second the guy dropped the F-bomb and hung up. Guess what happens? This lady calls up. Well, when we had them on hold, Suzanne picks up to say something, And who did you hear in the background?
I'm pretty sure I heard Ryan in the background. I can't say for sure, Mark.
Can't say for sure. But this lady who wasn't listening to the radio at all, had no idea we were talking to Ryan Naples. The second we hang up and start talking about it again, calls in. Like 30 seconds later. Think of that. The good Lord intervened in Ryan's purpose and had this customer call in. Now, Ryan wasn't there at the customer's house yet. He was on the way over, but yet somehow he was possibly in the background. Now, the other amazing part is, now, Deputy Dan, you tried to reach out to Ryan again today, and now I'm in even more trouble because she is distressed because I didn't believe her.
Yeah, she was a widow, and she started crying and stuff. Yeah,
it's
bad deal.
It's a bad deal. So I offered with the woman, give me your address, and I'll come out and look at this great project that Ryan Naples is doing. What's your address? Well, we never heard back from her. It's pretty amazing. I said, I'll come out right now. It was about 11 o'clock. I had plenty of time to get out there during the show and look at this great job that Ryan Naples is doing for this woman. No address, no callback, nothing.
Well, she's a 98-year-old widow. She could be back with the Lord now.
That's true. She could be with the Lord. Very good, Jeff. But this is Ryan Naples, Stone Falls Custom Masonry and Landscaping. So here's what we're doing. Have we called Mr. Green Jeans yet? In fact, let's...
Oh, yeah, we did this morning.
Is he going to go out?
Yeah, he's going to go. We just got to get the guy's address, so he's going to go out and look at it in the next week or so.
We're going to go out, and we're going to figure out how much he actually finished and what the value is. Because it's not zero. There's no doubt about it. The guy, Ryan Naples, did do something. But he refuses to finish the job now. In fact, I still don't understand why he is refusing. Does anybody remember? Forget about why is he saying he won't do it?
Because he says he's already done $16,000 in work, and they still owe him $2,000.
But the contract says he's going to do that scope of work. Didn't it say that?
He insists that they've changed it.
He said he's not a weed picker also.
What does that mean? He's not a weed picker. He might be a weed smoker, but he's not a weed picker.
No, I think he waited so long that the weeds started growing up around there.
Oh, because he didn't get out there to lay the new sod.
Right.
So, okay, see, this, God, I'm just going to, instead of beating my head against his desk, maybe I just run full-blown into a brick wall sometimes.
No, that would not be good. We need you for the rest of the show.
Hey, I asked those guys a question. I was having a slice of pizza during the break. I said to Drew, I said, if I don't go back in and the music plays, which one would hop on the mic? Literally, which one? Who do you guys think? Who would hop on? If Tom or I didn't come back in during break and all of you were sitting here, would any of you even hop on?
Al would be all over it.
That's what they said.
That's so funny. It's exactly what Drew said.
You don't know the greatness that lies within me.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Steve, we'll go back to your Nissan Sentra. So your vehicle has been there forever. They sent it over to the dealer. They got it back. I guess they got it diagnosed. What are they wanting to sell you?
Well, they're finally, at first they couldn't figure it out either until they called me and had to go do a bunch of other diagnostic or so-called, or what they said to it.
What do you mean had you?
I mean, well, when they sent it to the dealer.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let me start from the beginning.
Oh, my God, don't start from the beginning. Just let me, what is the problem right now, Stephen?
Okay, right now they're telling me, final that diagnosis.
Yep.
It ended up being the timing chain.
Okay.
Stressed out. I called and told him, go ahead and put that on.
Okay.
Now he called me back this morning, and so far now it needs a phaser or something else put on.
Guys, that's something until they get in there to do the timing chain they wouldn't see, or what?
Yeah, no.
I think so, maybe.
There's a lot of components you're going to find underneath that timing chain cover with tensioners and with pulleys and phasers that, yeah, those are commonly going to get upsold during that job.
But generally, wouldn't you, I don't know, how do you guys operate? Wouldn't you, I remember back in the day when it was a timing belt, I'd always sell the water pump and the tensioner.
Sell a complete kit. Most of them actually come in complete kits.
But with chains, it doesn't work that way, or it should?
The phaser is a separate component. It's part of the variable cam timing assembly.
Okay.
So those are additional things. When you look inside of there, then you see that additional stuff.
So he might not have needed it.
Here's what's catching my ear. Steven said to the fact that they weren't sure what was wrong with it. You said that, right?
Right.
And then this thing wound up at a dealership for them to diagnose that problem, correct?
Right.
and then now they got it back in your shop to fix the problem that was the original problem, and they tear it apart and they found additional things, and you're questioning that repair. Am I right?
Exactly.
Okay, this seems like a long road with a real...
The original repair was a crankshaft positioning center. It was something...
It sounds like there was slop in the chain.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you see all of that. You actually put your OBD2 scanner and you start checking, you start looking at some of this stuff, you will actually see some of these issues come up, right, Joe? I mean, it's...
I'd go one step further and say that a shop that can't diagnose a timing chain shouldn't be working on cars.
I was leading that road. I was leading down that
Well,
road.
the guy's got it there now.
Okay.
But that is not out of the question. This could be something.
No, it's not. It's just maybe the process of the tech that took a look at it and stuff, and so it's not terrible. What I would ask above everything, Stephen, get your estimates in writing, number one. Number two, if you can get photos, listen up real quick. If you can get photos, get photos. If not, request all your old parts, okay? Any honorable shop's going to be more than happy.
I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
In fact, I was going to also request all the old parts and with the invoice of every part that they supposedly put on there.
Now, Now do one last thing. Ask them. Do you think this is going to fix the car?
How much more is it, by the way?
It's an addition. Well, plus the timing chain, which is like 900.
No, just the additional part.
That is this is part of the additional part.
Okay, how much? 900.
900 plus another 400 to put this phase on.
That's so. Does that sound normal?
It's right on. Spot on. Spot on with the job.
All right, there you go, man. Sound good?
What's the warranty? What's the warranty?
What's the what?
What's the warranty on the repair?
Like it matters if the shop's not going to be around.
Yeah, really, probably not.
No.
Well, we don't know that.
Stuff, man. You ask these questions. A lot of people don't ask questions. That's why they wind up on the show. Ask questions. I mean, what's the warranty? What's your warranty? Where does it cover? Is it here locally or the national? They're the big deal. That's what separates shops. I will tell you that.
Well, I don't know what the warranty is on the parts. He never got into that yet.
That's what Al's saying. Don't only ask them, have them put that in writing. Ask them now, when you pick it up, make sure they put it in writing what their warranty is. Parts and labor. Got it, Stephen?
Yeah.
All right, you are... No, you are where you are. Honestly, he is where he is. What's he going to do? He's not going to pull it from there right now.
Absolutely.
That'll cost you more at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just, Stephen, you are where you are. Just get it done, have them put stuff in writing, and then hopefully the vehicle runs great, and what else are you going to do? It could be fine. And what I said about their warranty, I don't mean that particular shop, but warranties really mean nothing. If the people behind the repair are there, it'll be cool. They'll handle it. If they think they should, they'll handle it. The problem is, someone can give you a warranty, then deny it all the time. So who cares about a warranty? I mean, it's nice to have if you know the shop you're dealing with, like the guys here. These guys, to me, it wouldn't even matter if Rolly or if Jeff or if Al or if Andy actually had a warranty or not, because they would always fix something if they knew they should. It's not going to be a fight. They're just going to step in and do it. It's great to back it with a warranty, but the most important part is to have that good company. And speaking of great companies, you ready for this? Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. Brent, what is going on in the market, man? I mean, are rates still low? What is going on, sir?
Well, they are. You know, we've still got 30-year fixed rates in the high threes. We've got 15-year rates in the low threes. So still a great time. You know, and this applies whether you're buying, whether you're refinancing. No matter what you're doing, again, as you and I have talked about many times, this was not a drop we expected to see at all.
No.
We expected the exact opposite to happen. So this is not likely going to be a long-term sustainable drop. So you want to cash in while it's here.
You know, you talk about the 15 being around in the low threes. Let me ask you this, though. How about if someone just wants a 20 because they have a 30, they're only a few years into it, they want to knock the principal down, not pay as much interest? You guys can do a custom term.
We can. You know, whatever you have remaining today, you know, if you have 14 years left on your loan, 17, 22, whatever you need, we can customize the term to match what you have remaining so that, one, you can take advantage of lower interest rates and lower payments, but more importantly, still stay on track to pay your house off as scheduled originally.
So, folks, and they also have the custom term mortgage. They have the rate guarantee. If rates go up a certain amount in a certain amount of time, they'll refi you for free. I got to tell you, Brent Ivinson and the gang at Ideal Home Loans is one of the best. Just call them up. Just see. Call right now and just see if they can save you money and you can pay your house off quicker. I'm telling you, call right now. There's absolutely no reason not to do it. 303-867-7000, Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000, Ideal Home Loans for your ideal home loan.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center, this report is brought to you by...
It's Friday. It's the middle of the day. That means the highway drive is a mess all over the place. Let's go south of town. Just crashed outside I-25.
Oh, thank you, brother.
That's got the right lane.
Is that caravan still the number one van seller? Do you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Flexident's a 60, right?
They sell the car out of that vehicle. It blows my mind when I go to Florida and you go look at the lanes for rentals. They'll have 600 of them.
We buy 20 or 25 of them from Enterprise at a time. And then turn them.
On the dark web. If your personal info is for sale on the dark web,
specialists can work to fix it. Go to lifeblock.com. Use promo code RISK, save 10%.
Drive home a Ford F-150 this Memorial Day weekend during the Road Trip and Truck Giveaway. May 27th at Lake Casino Blackhawk. May 28th at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
Really? Yeah.
Receive one free entry
low price
day
of
and
gas,
earn more
economy's
play.
doing good.
Don't miss your chance to
Roads are
win a
gonna be
Ford
crazy,
F-150.
I've always thought it's just a crazy time to be on the road. You know what I mean?
Subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligible
Yeah.
Rules and exceptions apply.
I can appreciate the holiday and the time off, but yeah.
1-800-522-4700.
What? Well, the fact that there's so many cars on the road, and that it's so dangerous. I mean, if you think about it, because you should see them on the way up. My gosh, I couldn't believe it. It's going to be a record.
Business Bureau. And when they remodel your kitchen,
it is good.
They're going to do your bathroom vanity absolutely
Actually, this would
free.
be a great
Call
spot for
right
Lazara.
now, 303.
He'll have a lot of action this weekend.
I think it's because of the Russians are coming over here.
Hey, did you see that Montana deal, man? They won by the Republican under investigation were arrested for assault once.
Was he arrested?
He wasn't arrested. Or charged.
Well, they said there wasn't enough damage to do a felony.
Brand new custom blinds.
What is that?
They look crazy.
Do you remember when those riots were going on and all those dudes drug a truck driver out and killed him?
Yeah. No, they killed him.
That was after the Rodney King trial.
Custom recommendations.
Right. What was his name? The guy, the truck driver. They didn't kill him.
I can't hear you.
30 seconds to Flexident.
Beatable. Plus, if you accidentally mismeasure
the brain damage.
I was looking at the clock. It looked like 28 to me.
Make it all so easy. Now through May 31st, get up to 45% off site-wide.
Watch how I hit this one exactly 60. This spot will be exactly 60 seconds.
To get up to 45% off.
Watch and learn, youngins.
Watch it now, because let's go.
Oh my God.
All right, folks, I got to tell you about something. We were talking about hail in the last hour. Flexident, these guys do a great job. We had a lot of hail recently in the past couple weeks, and the best way to fix hail damage, I mean the absolute best, in fact, the only way you should is paintless dent repair. These guys will even save you $500 now, and think about it, that can go towards a rental car, that can go towards, I'm not supposed to say it, but maybe your deductible, but $500 they will knock off right now. They got highly skilled and certified paintless dent repair techs, and Nick, the founder, is master certified in repairing your car. You've got to call Flexident. If any body shops out there wanting to fix your vehicle a different way, or if you've gotten other quotes after this hail, please call Flexident right now and make sure everything sounds right. They'll talk to you free. Free estimates 100%. Once again, mention the Martino or Troubleshooter show. Save $500 right now. 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273.
Barbecues, beer, and hopefully no rain. But don't forget why it's a 3-day weekend.
No, you shaved the first second off.
Men and women who sacrificed everything for us. 630 KHOW.
All right, folks, 303.
713-8255-8255. See that? See how I got the beat? I got to tell you, just ask Suzanne, I got rhythm.
Like a white boy.
All right. What do we do? What do we do from here? I mean, honest to God, what do you do from here? All right. Let's try to get some people money back. 303-713-8255. Jason, what is going on with you?
I got a question.
Yes.
My daughter was in an accident yesterday.
Is she okay?
She's fine. Thank you very much. I'm out of breath. I'm at work.
It's hard talking on that phone.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So anyway, she was in an accident. Now, I'm gonna have to talk with her insurance. It wasn't her fault.
Was she hurt?
She was. No, she did not get hurt.
Okay.
But when she was at the intersection, some young lady thought she can turn in front of her and make the turn, but they wrecked.
So okay. So anyhow, did someone get a ticket? Did your daughter get a ticket? Did the other driver?
My daughter did not. My daughter did not get a ticket.
How about the other daughter?
The other one. I think the other lady got the ticket.
You think? Okay. So what's your question?
So my question is I'm going to be talking to the insurance company. Her insurance company.
Yeah.
So what kind of leverage do I have talking with them, or do I even talk to them at all?
You know, this is a good question. When you first get into an accident and it's someone else's fault, whether there's injury or not, what are the first things you should do? And I got to tell you, the person I call, in fact, the person I did call was John Fuller. But, John, you heard that. So what do you do? Whether there's injuries, there's no injuries, but if there's damage to your property, that first call to the other insurance company, give us some advice, sir.
Well, good morning. So what you're going to be doing initially is just setting up the claim and providing information about the different parties, what happened, that kind of stuff. It sounds like liability is going to be not an issue in this case, and so if they accept responsibility, then, the most important thing to know is that the other person's insurance company cannot dictate to you any particular body shop that you have to go to or anything along those lines. That's totally up to you. The second thing is that if the other person's insurance company refuses to accept liability initially, or if they're investigating, or if for some reason they haven't heard from their insured, which happens from time to time, you're always free to initiate the repair process under your own insurance, and any deductible that they charge you will be reimbursed to you down the road.
Jason, do you have any specific questions for John? John, he's out of breath. You have to kind of forgive him.
Yeah, I'm at work. I'm working, so I'm like running around. So when I talked to her insurance company and they gave me a quote of, if the car's totaled, the car ain't worth but $2,500, and they offer me like $15 or something like that. How do I go about trying to get the rest of the money, or do they just...
Well, Jason, I'll do this. Jason, I would do this for you. If once she gets that, if it is totaled, I will help you with that personally. I will personally get involved and make sure you get what that vehicle's worth. I've had to deal with this numerous times. I know, John's laughing because he knows. Okay, Jason? That's how. Hey, John, but he brings up a good question. Usually, forget about my circumstance, because I'm always the lucky one. Usually, do they give a fair offer on a totaled vehicle?
I always tell people that the best you can do in property damage is to be mildly annoyed at the final number.
Yeah.
I always give people the advice of go out and arm yourself. Get on Craigslist and get on the internet and find other comps of your vehicle that are the exact or the closest you can find to the make, model, and mileage and condition of yours, so that you have some comparables that you can show them to support your value. Don't just take their word for it. Make them prove up how they arrived at that number on their end. Ask them for their report. They've got to give it to you. and then come up with your own comps to support your position.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did, and I fought tooth and nail, as you know. In fact, you kind of called me, you kind of calmed me down at one point when I was ready to go after, I'm not even going to say the insurance company's name, but they finally came through. But I'll tell you how different it was, John. They started out at around $16,000. I ended up getting a check for over $23,000. So, I mean, if you think of it, you know, that's a third. That was insane. But I want to tell everybody else out there real quick.
Well,
you know,
and that wasn't just a matter of negotiating, though, Mark. If you'll recall, they actually came up with the wrong model in their original evaluation.
Well, so they claimed. I think the guy, I thought the guy did it on purpose.
Maybe, but it's still on you to correct that and find that and be able to support the value that you think your vehicle is worth.
I'm going to tell... John, hold on.
Deal.
Yeah, I want to tell everybody why I like you. That sounds bizarre. So, listen, this lady, guys, this lady ran a red light and T-boned Suzanne, and it was horrible. Suzanne's nose got broke. She has some major injuries that are most likely going to pop up as she gets older, arthritis, stuff like that, due to the wreck. I got to tell you, this guy held our hand through it. First call I made after 911 and making sure everybody was okay was to John Fuller. Now, here's what I really like, okay? You know, most of these guys, the strong arm and the handsome man and the freaking whoever they are, whoever these guys are that heavily advertise, you generally never talk to them. You talk with John and you talk with his paralegal if you use him, if you get injured in an accident. John called me a couple weeks ago. We're still going through ours, and he's probably cringing that I'm talking about it, but I got to tell you, you know, the company, the other insurance company, doesn't want to say what the limit is, and John was like, you know what, I don't think this is fair. We're just going to have to litigate this, Mark. If that's where it's going to take us, that's where we're going to go. I'm not just going to settle and take the quickest money and get you what you don't deserve. I'm going to fight for you, and we'll sue them. We'll litigate. We're going to do whatever we want. And, John, that's why I like you. You're not dealing with some big warehouse full of attorneys that just rolled out of law school and some guy that advertises at night. You're dealing with a personal injury attorney who cares about you, and thank you, John. I wanted to say that.
Well, thanks, Mark.
That'll be $85. 303-713. John, I'm kidding. Have a safe weekend, sir.
And John, we laugh at him, too. Don't be worried about that.
I'm sorry for you guys.
Yes. So, anybody, yes. Please, Suzanne, give Fuller's number out for me.
303-597-4500.
In all seriousness, I swear to God, he held our hand through that. Suzanne, what do you think? How's John handling it?
Oh, he's been wonderful, Mark.
Any questions we have, he's available. And that goes for all of his clients. Folks, please, one more time, give that number out. I think it's important. With Memorial Day weekend, I think it's very important, actually.
303-597-4500.
Just write it down. You will never go wrong calling John Fuller. And he'll tell you if you've got a case or not, or if he thinks it's going to be hard, it's not worth the battle, anything. I mean, he's just a great guy. Okay, Diana has a follow-up.
Remember this, Mark?
Life-proof refund.
The cell phone OtterBox case.
Oh, yeah, it was $100
This is a good one.
Yeah, you were waiting, Diana, for a $190. Was it $190, $150? How much was it?
$175.
Yeah, a refund. Listen to this, guys. She bought a cell phone case called Life-Proof. It's actually made by OtterBox. It's out of Fort Collins. I didn't know they were out of Fort Collins, but that's pretty cool.
Fantastic company.
So, they guaranteed her a refund because her phone got destroyed. They took the case back, refunded that, did whatever, but her case, her phone got destroyed, and whether they have to or not has nothing to do with it. In fact, if you read their warranty, they don't cover your instrument. So, really, they didn't owe it to her, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was they promised her a refund, and how long ago did they promise it to you?
It's been actually 10 months.
10 months ago, they promised. Every time she'd call up, they'd say, oh, yeah, we'll get right to it. We'll send it out. Well, we got involved. Who did we put on this one?
We put Deputy Daff on, but listen to what Diana says about this.
Go.
I called in Wednesday.
Yep.
Was on your show.
Yep.
They called me Thursday, said they were FedExing my check. I received it today.
Yay! Yes. Excellent. I'm glad we can help.
Miracle.
Diana, I'm glad we could help out, and I'm still convinced, so. I'm still convinced, and please, Diana, please promise me you'll tell the truth right now. Cross your heart, hope to die, stick a needle in your eye.
Okay.
You promise?
Promise.
Okay. I contend that when you tested that case out, I read the instructions. I contend that you didn't just seal the case and put it in the sink for 30 minutes,
I contend you had the phone in there while you were testing it.
No.
Okay, I'll believe you. I do believe you because your eye is not screaming right now.
I promise. When I talk to the company, they test those boxes before they ship them out. They do their own testing.
Sure.
However, they said every now and then the seal,
of course,
sometimes some can get damaged.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, I'm glad we could help. Thank you, Diana.
You're welcome.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell her where to fill out a, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. A review for the Troubleshooters.
Yeah, we're starting to do reviews, so if we've helped you out, please hit Yahoo, give us a review, or Google, or whatever it is. I forget.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much. 303-713-8255. Ted says kudos to Flexident. We just did a spot for him. Ted, you were over there?
Yes.
So, did they do a great job?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Nick is, he's a special person, I'll tell you. He did a wonderful job, and it really helped me out with the $500, too.
Very, very cool. All right, thank you for that update. Hey, did you get the $500 off?
Yes, I did.
Very cool.
It helped me with my rental.
Cool, and you found them because of us?
Yes.
Leave us a review, please, please, Ted. Go ahead.
By the way, CADA, Colorado Automobile Dealers Association, sent out a memo right after this hail that reminded everybody that regardless of what the amount of hail was, dollar amount, physical amount, it's got to be disclosed.
It has to be disclosed. We'll talk about that after this. We were talking about that first hour. You must have heard that question. All right, we're going to talk about that. It's important information. Listen, I have known Tom for 20 years, and for the past, let's say, 5-10 years, his, well, a couple things. His back's been bothering him, and lately his shoulder. But I got to say something. He found this company, and this is not hocus pocus. In fact, at first I thought it was hocus pocus, and we talked about it down in the office. And I said, well, if it doesn't start helping you, what are you going to do? I held him to the task. I said, if it doesn't start working, what are you going to do? Are you just going to drop him? He goes, yeah, of course I'll drop him. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Well, I was surprised, okay? They do stem cell therapy, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It has helped his back, and I live with this guy every morning downstairs in the office. I got to tell you, he is a new man in the last 3 or 4 weeks. In fact, if I ever get an ache or pain, there is no reason in the world I wouldn't try it. And Stem Cell Institute of America makes it so easy. They're in Denver now, and when I say they make it easy, you can go down and get all the information you want. All the information you want at a seminar. You can tell them what's going on. Is it going to help? They're going to describe everything. They'll describe the procedures, exactly what they do, and I'm telling you, there's a chance, a good chance, it could change your life like it has Tom when it comes to his back. His shoulder's not better yet. I got to tell you. I'm going to be straight with you, and they're going to not like me for saying this, but the reality is his shoulder is not perfect. He's not getting many results there. But here's a guy that's had back pain for 10 years, and he's walking around like he's got zero back pain. You've got to call and get more information. You ready? 855-262-4040. Call and see when the next seminar is. It's 100% free. 855-262-4040. I'm going to say it one more time. There is no risk here. There's just a good risk of you living your life better. 855-262-4040.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
It's a pretty crazy commute around the metro area as the lunch hour continues. Still that crash northbound I-25 here, 225, back up to the county line. That right south of town, southbound I-25.
So you run a screaming deal?
I don't have to do iHeart, do I?
Southbound 225.
Yes, we'll do it as soon as we come back. You guys come up with screaming deals. I think AC, gentlemen.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
And up on Century, the right lane remains blocked.
I think free transmissions, rolling, free Corvette with every transmission. No, with every Chevy Volt purchase.
Right now, mostly cloudy 64 with
Buy a Volt, get a Vet.
Buy a Volt, get a Vet. I guarantee your phone won't stop ringing.
Get a Henderson X. It's going to be an expensive Volt.
To make the news. That pinstriping we put on the side.
Go to lightblack.com. Use promo code RISK.
Is there actually anything called
Join me and David
undercover sprayer? Is that all bullshit?
Undercover sprayer? What the hell is
when they spray the
undercoat.
Undercoat. Oh, that was fine. Is that real?
That is Sunday.
Yeah, it is. Now with the bed liner stuff, they do a lot of
liner stuff. Buddy goes, we don't even know what that is. I know. What the hell is under sprayer?
Under sprayer. I thought he was talking about a bidet. That's awesome.
So that could be another name for it.
Yeah.
Guys, how about if I knock out Rocky's Auto?
That's good.
Tell me when.
John hit us pretty good. might be trading out
Under spray with your bidet.
So Experian gives you the power to protect yourself with U.S.-based fraud resolution.
Where to find cars?
You're always the same dedicated.
This year? We'll do that in 15 seconds. Will it support a...
Empowers you to lock and unlock your Experian credit file instantly. Buy what you need all of those tools, plus up to $1 million in ID theft insurance. So try Experian.
You guys, anybody doing anything cool this weekend? I lay
Stay
low
out of
on
people's way. Stay another way. That's it. Right there.
I lay super low. You guys doing a 2-day or 4th? You guys close Monday and Tuesday?
Just Monday. Service and parts is closed Monday. Sales is open.
No, but the 4th is Tuesday, isn't it?
The holiday, though, is Monday.
You're talking about Memorial or 4th?
No, 4th. You're talking July 4th.
July 4th.
Yeah.
It falls on a Tuesday.
It does.
We're busy.
It'll be the same thing. I'll close parts and service. Sales will be open.
On Monday. Could you guys can you sell cars legally on a holiday? On the 4th you could, just not Sundays. And I find that so bizarre. It's like the liquor store.
The blue laws?
Leave it alone.
You're okay. You're one of those.
Just step back.
They work it up, don't they?
Step away from the statue.
Right after this?
Your money, your retirement.
Hold on, guys. All right, Rocky's Auto. These guys are at 63rd and Federal. Family-friendly, kid-friendly, pet-friendly. Yeah, you can bring your dog to shop for a car if you want 40 lenders to choose from. Why is that important? Let me tell you why. Because if you don't have the best credit, they're going to find one of these lenders that's still not going to bend you over. You're still going to get a decent interest rate. They're not a high-pressure dealership. There's 3 things essential to selling a vehicle, and Rocky's has them down. Product, price, and process. These guys have a huge selection. If you're looking for a used car, you need to call Rocky's. Simple as that. They've got everything. They got minivans, SUVs. They've got late model vehicles. You get a Carfax with every single car. It's founded and been operated since 1982, family-owned. Once again, more than 40 lenders. You got to check these guys out. You know, I'll give the phone number out, but the reality is, if you're shopping for a used car this weekend, just put them on the list. I can't put it any other way. Drive everywhere, but don't forget to go to Rocky's. Drive, check around Colfax, check around Craigslist, do whatever you want, but don't make the mistake and not go to 63rd and Federal. 63rd and Federal, Rocky's Autos, 303-426-4646. You can check out their inventory at Rocky'sAutos.com.
The stuff you're talking about, and then some. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. We've got a ton going on. Hey, Ryan Naples, Stone Falls, Custom Masonry and Landscaping. I'm begging you, Ryan. I'm begging you, please go finish this guy's job. And he didn't want to come back on. I can't read that number right there, but just in case this number ever shows up on your caller ID, just in case, I want you to be careful, because if this landscaper tries to contact you, you know, cold calls, making one of these knock on the doors, something like that, if this guy wants your business, I just got to tell you, this caller we had, $16,000 he pays him, the job's not done, and the guy doesn't want to do it. And then, in my opinion, he had someone call in with some phony baloney. It's just a story. And we're going to keep everybody up on this. But I'm telling you, I still can't read that. I'll pull it up.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I'll get it. Hold on.
Ryan Naples' phone number?
720-429-4646. That's Ryan Naples. So listen, if it shows up on your caller ID, don't answer it. Don't answer it. And if he wants money, oh my God, don't give it to him. This is why we pay when the job is complete, folks. Perfect example. Ryan Naples, Stone Falls Custom Masonry and Landscaping, 720-429-4646. Just watch it. I can't put it any other way. It's not good. It's definitely not good. And then the way that woman called right after there. But here's a real serious problem. Emily, you have no hot water right now?
No, it was actually February, or let me grab the dates.
Okay, in February. So what's going on?
No, it was October 2014 to May 2015.
So you didn't have hot water for 4 months?
It was 5
That would
and
be
a
like
half.
6 May to, or October to May, but that's 14 to 15, Mark. That's
Hold on.
like over a year ago.
Hold on.
I'm
14, 1,
confused.
2.
It is, but I didn't know who to call. Someone gave me your
5.
number, so.
So, okay, so it's a year. So what's going on now? How can we help you?
It's just, it's like, I have a list of things I could address right now, but I'm not even going to go into that. It's just a building. It's not a slumlord. I pay $800 a month. We didn't have hot water for, it was nearly 6 months after it had been.
But Emily, what can I do for you now? Do you just want to call and complain about either the landlord or the HVAC or the plumber? What?
I'm trying to find out how I can get reimbursed for that, because I've read the habitability clauses, and it seems to fall right in line with.
No, Emily, the only thing you could do there is go back. Well, it doesn't even matter now. You could have evicted yourself. You can't force someone to fix something, but what you can do is get out of the lease. You understand? You can't go back and go, oh, I want this much money because I didn't have hot water. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how it works, and this happens a lot with people. Are you on Section 8 by any chance?
No, the building used to be Section 8, but they switched over.
It happens in a lot of properties like that. In fact, you know, Tom, what do you think?
That was my mother. I'd kick your ass.
And I go with Tom. I go with Tom right there. But no, honestly, Emily, there's nothing you can do. What if you didn't have hot water and you could go back in time, you could get out of that lease. But a lot of times, not for you, but for other people listening, if you're on vouchers or Section 8, the last thing you want to do is get out because they got you over a barrel because you can't find a new place.
Yeah, so based on the fact that the state seems to say that if it's not habitable, that we don't, that
you have the right to leave.
shouldn't
You have the right to leave. Now, you can go to them and complain, and they might pull their Section 8, but it's not going to get any money for you.
I'm not Section 8, but it's just, I just thought
if
that
you're not
if
Section
it's
8,
not,
there's nothing that's going to happen.
Okay.
You can
and I
evict
guess
yourself.
And that's it. Well, it says that we wouldn't have to pay rent during that time if it wasn't habitable, and that's what I've come up with. So I'm wondering if I can get that reimbursed. Is all that I'm wondering.
Nope, Emily.
Okay.
I'm not even going to give you a little bit of you can because it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, can I ask a couple other questions?
Quickly.
About the same complex.
Yes.
They have a ton of the laundry facilities, the towing companies, everything I've had issues with.
Yeah.
When they towed my car, and it's constantly, we're not responsible.
Why don't you leave? Why don't you leave?
Because I'm trying to fight them. They've ruined all my stuff during maintenance when they came in and did some work, and they said, I went down yesterday after 2 years of asking them to refund me, and they were like, oh, she's not going to pay it. That's why we encourage renter's insurance.
Emily, I'd have to look at each thing independently, but my gut, just my gut, I'm not giving you legal advice by any means, is no.
Yeah. Okay.
All right? I'll tell you who you can. Here's what I would do. I would call and talk to Brandon Siglian. In fact, hold on. Suzanne, give her Brandon's number.
Do you want
Brandon,
to give it out on air?
we can give it out on air, but make sure she gets it because really, he'll always have a free conversation.
He will.
And I got to tell you, if he smells some kind of outcome, like a lot of attorneys, he'll take it and hopefully he'll win. I mean, he'll let them know if it's a real deal.
720-344-4828.
All right. Can I do Lazara now? Because I've been dying to talk about this, and here's why. This is Memorial Day weekend. I got to tell you, folks, there's going to be drunks everywhere. There is. And if you're one of them out there, I'm telling you right now, you're listening, you might not think you're DUI, you might think you're not going to be, but you make a mistake or you get falsely accused. I'm going to tell you right now, just write Lazara's number down. And I am not kidding. There are so many people listening right now, they're going, well, not me, that's not going to happen to me. I am telling you, it could be a checkpoint. It could be a cop. You might have screwed up. You might have said, I only had 3 beers, but you're over the limit. How about all the dope smokers out there listening to me? If you want the best defense, okay, and you need it, you can argue with me. You can be upset. I do commercials for Joseph A. Lazara and a criminal attorney, but I'll tell you what, if you get arrested, you want the best representation you can get. And he's reasonable. This guy will fight his butt off for you. This is one of the numbers, I truly mean it. You write it down, you put it in your wallet, You put it in your glove box, because when you need it, you're going to want it. Please, write this number down. If you've been accused of a DUI, have a DUI, DWI over the weekend, please write it down. 303-429-6200. Write it down, 303-429-6200. If you find yourself in that situation, and I hope you don't, please have that number ready. Last time, 303-429-6200.
From the L&L.
He's got it swamped.
Travel across the highways in the metro area is quite busy downtown.
Streaming deals when we come back?
25
Yes.
South of the Mousetrap.
Hell's ready to go.
We're pulling up. Broadway, heading towards Colfax as well.
Where to find hail-damaged cars?
Aurora. Going into Yale. Southbound 225 slow on the approach to I-25.
Do you ever sell them, Rolly?
Section that's in the cleanup stages and starting to get reports of showers on the west side of town along
Light hail is not a problem.
Would anybody buy a vet with hail damage? Would someone buy a vet with hail damage and do it?
Skies and a
Well,
low of 7.
it's got to be really bad hail to hurt a vet.
Because of
That takes a hell of a beating. Now, we did have a vet with a guy in a Buffalo Run golf course 3 or 4 years ago. Convertible in the car, damn hail went through the, it was going through the body panel. Body panel, so rough through that. It tore through it, it's like he was killed.
There was one, that might have been that same storm. Up kind of by the airport, there's Green Mountain or something like that. It was blowing right through the side of homes. It looked like someone took a damn potato gun and blew holes all over the siding.
Somewhere I've got pictures of that car, but it just,
That knocked you out, probably.
Yeah, he had I'm surprised. He got down in the seat, got jackets and everything he had in there. Yeah, he wasn't in good shape. He was a golf pro down there, Buffalo Run, but
You think people get hurt more off holes than they have? I'm telling you.
Have you guys been to that top flight golf?
I've heard nothing but
Top flight golf, have you been there?
Oh, yeah.
Is it fun?
Yeah. I think it's a riot. I think it's a riot. It's crazy. All the balls are chipped, so it knows where it goes. And
it's all game. Like you choose your game.
Yeah, you choose for distance, accuracy, and anybody can go up there and play. The clubs are already there. You don't need to bring clubs.
Right, really?
Yeah, and the food's really good. They do a good job with the food. I brought my guys to the team building. I got a couple of stalls. Great. I would think the referral should do that for their members. I'm just saying.
I like you now.
Just saying.
May 27th.
Well, we were thinking Hawaii, but if you want to do that, oh, Hawaii! Hawaii, sure. We had Greg, our volunteer, that flies around the Bowlins. He was going to, well, I won't even go there.
We're going to do Taco.
Remember when he went to Texas, we all thought he was going to pick up Tony?
Tony Romo.
Barbecues, beer, and no rain.
Holy shit. Randy's got a 2017 top-of-the-line L2 Chevy.
81,000.
With, no. You must see it different to me.
Yeah, I did.
It says brand new Corvette, $59.95.
Holy cow, that's nice.
That's crazy.
Nice rolling.
Give it away.
Come on, guys. Am I the only one that dances, sings, and does a talk show? My God. Folks, listen, we're going to go around the room real quick. I want screaming deals, and I don't want any crap deals. Honest to God, I don't. Sometimes I just get disappointed when I do this. I want things people need and that you guys will do if they mention the show. Simple as that. Alaramas, Pro Auto Care, multiple locations.
Yeah. There's a service we do, and Tom's done it on his car, and he couldn't believe it. Your evaporator starts stinking. It smells because it gets mold, mildew, and dirt. You got to clean them.
The AC.
We have a system, but there's a cost to it. It's about $100. You recharge your air conditioning system, I'm giving that to you for free. You got to mention Screaming Down. It's $100 off.
Wait a minute. What are you going to do for free?
We're doing evaporated system cleaning.
So you're going to clean the entire...
Sanitizes.
What does that do? Does that suck it down? You hook the machine up?
Yeah, and it puts an effervescent foam. It basically gets rid of mold, mildew. Free.
Well, okay, so what's the hook? What's the hook?
We're on Martino, and you're getting a smoking deal, and some of your listeners just like great deals.
Is there a limit?
I want to do 10. I'm giving away $100.
Five
each store.
Five each store.
Yeah, is that fair? That's I think a great deal.
Fair. I mean, these other guys are going, uh-oh.
So here's the deal. When you turn the air on, you're going to go, wow, it actually smells good.
Wow.
It does. It makes and the air starts blowing better because they just get trapped up with so much stuff.
All right, folks, I don't know what else to say. 5 at each store, and when he does do that, it's not like listening to these shows, the first 30 and 8 million people call. It's truly the first 5 each store.
Yeah.
But there's only one number, 303-PRO-AUTO. 303-PRO-AUTO. Call right now. Wow, 303-PRO-AUTO. Andy Barella, Colorado Springs Dodge. I know you guys will beat any price on any Dodge. And on top of that, your service department, which you run, will work on any car. You guys do a great job. In fact, I don't think I've ever got one single complaint on that store. Now I'm probably hexing you, but not one. Give me a screaming deal that people won't forget.
I like it, Mark. We're not perfect, but I like it. You know what? Let's go this way. We were talking about air conditioner. Let's do a free AC diagnostic or check for you. Also, let's take it 3. Let's go AC, alignment, or check engine. We'll do a diagnostic on any of them for you if you mention Screamin' Deal, 100%.
You got to mention Screamin' Deal.
Screamin' Deal.
So if their AC isn't blowing cold, instead of charging them the $69 to diagnose it, free. If you want to come in, make sure your alignment's in. They'll hook it up to the heads, free.
You got it.
Or if your check engine's lights on, they'll diagnose it, free.
Screamin' Deal. Mention the show.
What's your phone number down there?
719-329-7546 is the direct line to my service department. Call us.
Say it again.
719-329-7546.
Okay, Jeff Vick,
I'm actually
Kimmer Transmission.
Here. I'm going to, for 5 people.
5 people only.
Reach out to me on my email. That's jeff@kimmertrans.com. I'm going to offer $200 off any repair.
Any repair.
If it's $100, it's free. If it's $500, it just became $300.
Oh, my God. Okay, if it's $200, it's free?
It's free. Up to $200.
Oh, my God. Rolly, I hope your guy's stepping his game up.
So,
Jeff, $200 free repair.
For 5 people, they've got to reach out to me on email, jeff@kimmertrans.com. Now, for everybody else, I always offer...
Jeff, hold on. This is crazy. Jeff@kimmertrans.com. Free repair up to $200.
You got it.
And if it's $500, it'll be $300.
You got it.
If it's $300, it'll just be $100. Wow. Jeff@kimmertrans.com. KIMMERTRANS.com. Go ahead.
Now, I always offer our vets and first responders 10% off of their tickets. I'm going to extend that to everybody, but I'm going to double it for the vets and first responders.
Wow.
It'll be 10% off for everybody, vets and first responders 20% off.
For this, they gotta act on this quick.
It's a good deal.
All right, now let's go to Randy with Purifoy Chevrolet. Randy, what you got cooking, sir?
Well, we got a 2008 Chevy Impala with only 81,000 miles on it, and we're selling it for $59.95.
Oh, and I know you guys shop your cars, so brakes are good, it's clean, it's ready to roll.
Been through our shops, got a clean bill of health. It's one owner, it's got a clear Carfax.
One owner, clear Carfax, 08 Impala. Only 81K, $59.95.
That's it.
Of course, there's only one of those. What color is it?
It's silver in color.
Wow. Rolly,
great car.
Is he in trouble, or is he okay?
It's too late now.
It's too late now.
Too late now.
All right, Randy, I appreciate it. Purifoy Chevrolet, there's only one of these, of course. It's a 08 Chevy Impala, 81K.
Yep.
$59.95. Great shape. They shopped it. You're not going to have to bring it to a shop and start buying brakes and everything. It's ready to go. It'd be a great car for a kid, and they're all out of school now.
That's just like there's only one Purifoy Chevrolet.
That's right. There is only one Purifoy Chevrolet. 303-659-8311. 303-659-8311. One more time. You better call now if you want that car. It's first come, first served, by the way. 303-659-8311. I got to say something with that. You sell a lot of Corvettes.
We do.
A ton of Corvettes.
We do.
And how much is a Corvette?
Anywhere from about 57, 58, all the way up through about 105. And then some of the special stuff that we've done over the years, it could get a little bit more than that. But, yeah, we sell a lot of Corvettes. We got into it and never looked back.
All right, John wants to know where to find hail-damaged cars. Well, wherever it hails, John.
Well, I understand that. So I guess the reason I bring this up, especially with this latest storms, and especially for Rowley, I'm looking for, like, for my stepdaughter, who's kind of a little underemployed. Where do these cars go that are just, I mean, say they're just beat to garbage, but yet they're really strong mechanical, and, you know, how would you get a hold of something like that? Because it's really not my problem what it looks like. As long as it runs fairly well, I'd be good with it.
Rolling?
A lot of stuff like that will go to auction.
So they don't, you don't even try to get rid of it.
You know, if they get all the glass beat out of them, things like that, and roofs damaged, especially on your car, they're probably going to total them.
Is there a lot of guys out there that do that paintless dent repair, like flex it in on a referral list? It'll go to the auction, pick these up,
Oh, I
and
think
then
there's
sell
some
them?
of that done. Yeah, the guys that are skilled in that, and you know, but some of this hail that we had, especially South Denver and stuff like that, it's not going to flex it at nothing. We're going to replace panels or total it.
All right, folks, listen, I want to get a few things out before the end of the show. Be careful over Memorial Day weekend, but if you want to sign up for our small business seminar, 100% free, go to referrallist.com. Tom will be there, I'll be there, accountants, attorneys, referrallist.com. Look under the logo, and you can sign up right there. You got to do it. Small business seminar, and if you haven't looked at your property taxes, do it. We've got a free ebook there as well.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino with President from Ideal Home Loans, Brent Ivinson, and we
You guys are doing some stuff on the property tax?
Oh my God!
All my stuff is gone.
Everybody that has called in, it's gone up 30 to 40%.
I can't believe how much property tax.
Mine went up $250,000 in value. It's impossible.
No.
I said, just write me a check then. I'll take it. I'll sell my house to you right now. If that's what it's worth.
There you go. I said, I'll sell it to you.
It's incredible.
Unbelievable. They have learned.
I bought it a year ago. They came in $190,000 more than I bought it for a year ago.